I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show!
Everybody, happy game day. Nothing like game day, baby. You wake up on a Monday, and all of a sudden you feel good. Usually you wake up Monday, now you wake up with a little jubilant step. Cannot wait. Excitement fills your being as the Birds finally, after the long bye week, long 2 Sundays of no Birds, we finally get a little Eagles action tonight. Dateline Green Bay, frozen tundra. Going to be cold. It's already very cold out there. Now, just a couple flurries, no snow. Winds, 13 miles an hour for game time, 60-mile-an-hour gusts. A little bit. Nothing too crazy. So it's just going to be a very cold in Green Bay for this huge matchup. And it's a monster matchup for the Birds. It's a monster, right? You get a Green Bay team that's going to have no Tucker Kraft, one of their best offensive weapons, including in the run game where he's a great blocker. So you got no Tucker Kraft. You got a lot going on. They coming off a loss to Carolina. Eagles, before the bye, looked like the offense was back. Looks like the running game was back. We'll find out whether or not it was just the Giants and even the Vikings. We'll find out about that. Everything. It's a huge game. Huge. Think about it for a second, right? You're 6-2. You're feeling great. You're among the leaders, and we'll get through the rest of the NFL and what transpired yesterday. But you're among the leaders in the NFC, atop everybody. The next 2 games are your statement games. Green Bay, Detroit. Both on national television. The whole world will be watching standalone games. Big difference between going into Detroit 6-3 versus 7-2. You're 6-3, there's the pressure to win it. You don't want to be 6-4, right? You're 7-2, you're feeling strong going into the Lions. So tonight is a monster game. There's so much there, so much going on. Now, no Cam. Looks like Cam Jurgens again. The knee swells. So no Cam. Looks like Toth will be at center again. We'll talk to EJ coming up in about 10 minutes for his injury update. And you're going to look at this game and go, all right, like where do we stand here? You're going to have reinforcements like Jalen Phillips off the edge. How does that look? No Jair Alexander. He's still recovering. I think that knee was still a little bit of an issue. Plus, getting used to the scheme. No reason why he needs to play. You got enough bodies there at CB2. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. But look, this is Phillips and BG will be ready to go. You got reinforcements off the edge on defense. A hurting Packers offense. A lot's going to be on Jordan Love's shoulders. You'll learn a lot about Jordan Love tonight. The Eagles have owned the Packers. We know what the Eagles have done and how they have owned them. Going back to Brazil last year and then the playoff game, the Eagles have had the Packers number. This is a big one tonight. And if you're in Green Bay, it's kind of a must-win for them, especially after, like, they lost to Carolina. They looked at Detroit looking mighty. Like, the Lions looked great, put up 44 yesterday. The Rams looked great yesterday. Seattle looked great yesterday. So the NFC, there's a lot of good teams. And the NFC's out there. We're going to get into kind of the landscape. But this sets up to be an incredible matchup tonight. Eagles, Packers, Monday Night Football. Let's go! Good morning, VG.
Yo, what's up, man? Dude, I've been up since like 6:15 a.m., 6 o'clock, ready to
You're
go
like me.
today. Ready to go.
My alarm
it feels
goes
like
off.
it's been 3 weeks since we had a football game in town. My God.
So can I just, off the start, can I tell you about your hat?
Oh, thanks, dude.
We got to
hope
point
it's
to
good.
your hat. Your hat is spectacular. It's a beautiful, first of all, the Kelly green satin.
Bird on the side.
It just pops. The bird, the font, the old school Kelly green and the font with it. Fabulous.
Thanks, man. I've been saving it for a couple of weeks for this day.
I love it. It
Feels
goes
like
great with the
feels
Kelly
like
green hoodie.
Like an old starter jacket on my head.
I was going to wear that one. which
That would have been great.
We would have been twins.
That would have been great.
I got like 3 or 4 Eagles hoodies that I just rock. From,
Right.
Just roll in kind of in between. And it's game day, man. I'm feeling it, right? Like I'm so excited for tonight's game.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for them to put on a show tonight. I'm
Right?
ready. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
ready.
feeling the same way, man.
Everybody sit back and watch. The Birds are back. They've had 2 weeks almost, it feels like. Ready to go. Somewhat healthy. I'm a little weirded out by, I mean, I wasn't planning on much from Jair, but not even making the trip with them. I don't know. Everybody else is making the trip. So, but I'm ready to go. You know what the spread is right now on this great Bet Parks app?
I don't know. What does the Bet Parks app say?
Money line even 0-0 came down from 2.5. Must be some late money coming on the
it's
Birds.
It's a pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em.
There's a lot of heat on the Eagles. There's a lot of heat. Yesterday, I don't know if you watched how much football you watched yesterday, but the Eagles were a constant theme. When you woke up and there was the report about the poison pill from the Cowboys,
Ridiculous.
and the Cowboys said, "Listen, if you trade Micah to any team in the NFC East, especially the Eagles."
It doesn't say especially the Eagles.
No. There is a poison pill that the Packers would owe Dallas a 2028 first-round pick.
Yeah. How bad are the Eagles in their heads? How bad?
Let's say, in your head.
Yes.
In your head.
There's not much going on in Jerry's head. Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of Birds fans.
Jerry. Yeah, listen, it's fantastic. It really is fantastic. I freaking love it. Love it, love it, love it.
They're already a 2-point favorite against the Lions next week. It's like, all right, let's go.
I know.
Let's go.
It's a vital game, right? Like, you got to win. Like, you're coming off the bye.
I mean, it's way more vital for the Packers.
Agreed, but listen, for your own psyche, like, you got to win. Like, you beat the Minnesota win was okay, but it was with Wentz.
Yeah.
And they're just an okay team, as we saw yesterday. Ravens went in there, smacked them around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, for your own psyche, it'd be good you got to win the game.
Yeah.
I agree,
but
Green Bay is desperate. So you're going to have to beat a desperate Packers team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan Love. Yeah.
No, listen.
I know you guys
Jordan,
like him, but
Jordan Love without Tucker Kraft, I think is a big
receiving
issue.
core is average.
And it's banged up.
It's average.
When it's healthy, I like it more than you do, but it's banged up.
Romeo Dobbs. Get out of here with that guy.
Listen.
You like him? What was he? A 14th round pick in your fantasy league, Romeo Dobbs? I mean,
No, I don't mess around with that. I mean, it's not about that. You know me. I look at it from the fake football guy. I'm an FF. I'm a fake football guy.
Romeo's an average quarterback, average wide receiver when Tucker Kraft's on the field, giving him some space. I just
the Golden injury. Now, I guess he's going to play, but the Golden injury is, especially with Kraft and Reed on IR, is a big deal.
Yeah, that's a guy I don't care if he plays or not. He's got 250 yards this year.
No, but see, what you're doing right now
Yeah.
is you're spitting into the gods and being arrogant.
I'm not. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you
I
facts
don't care if
this
he plays.
year.
Like,
They're facts this year.
Golden is a very good prospect.
Agreed. He's not a very good wide receiver at the NFL level just yet. He may be.
Relax.
He may be.
Why do you take it to that level? Just stick.
It's the level that it is.
No, it's not. It's not, because you haven't watched the second of Matthew Golden.
You're right, because he's never involved in the red zone plays when I'm watching Red Zone channel. You're right. I don't even know that guy been on the field.
That's my point. Just be confident in the birds. All right?
I'm super confident in the birds.
Be confident in the birds without, to me, you're flipping off the sports gods.
Because I don't think Matthew
You're
Golden.
supposed to show respect.
To a rookie right now that hasn't shown anything. Nah.
Just show respect. All my point is, you're supposed to show respect to the opponent. Understand? Show some respect.
Yeah.
It's good. Hey, listen, I think the Eagles are going to win the game. Okay. I really do. Ultimately, they win these sort of games.
Yes.
The only time in the last 5 years they've lost these games, this type of game, was during the slide. And that was just a mess, the slide. Things just got away.
That was an anomaly.
Right?
That's not happening again. We know
Right.
that.
Well, we know there's no slide going
Yeah.
on. And, I don't believe that the AJ thing is that big of a deal. I mean, as far as right now during the season.
Oh, no. I think he's going in the offseason. But
right
right now we're good.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about right now during the year. Are they at each other's throats? Are they, have they lost confidence in the coaching? No, none of it, right?
No,
in fact, we saw Pachulo look very good. Whatever you say about Pachulo, he's been able to get Jalen comfortable under center. That's a big deal, and he deserves credit for that.
Yeah, KP love.
Well, we've been talking about Jalen under center forever.
Yeah.
Right? It's finally happening, and he finally likes it. He's comfortable. And that's a big deal.
This offense rolls much better when he's under center. I don't know, man. I feel really good. Really, really good.
No, I mean, listen, I do too. I'm curious what kind of game it's going to be, right? Like, I look at it, and I go, it's got that. I mean, I guess it's going to be a lower scoring game.
Let's say in 20-degree wind chill. I mean, it's not minus 20. It's 20. It's winter.
Yeah, but it's the first shock to the system.
Yeah. You got Jordan Davis.
It's different playing.
I think the defense side is important, and Vic's got their heads right. They asked Jordan Davis about the cold. I don't give a bleep about the cold. I think that's the mentality they're going to have going into this game. And I think the AJ stuff, was worse last year. There was rumors about them having to be separated, and they won the Super Bowl. It's much better this year. Yeah, he's never been happy here. I don't think.
I'm not as concerned. I'm not really concerned about that for the season.
Nah,
I'm really not. I look at it and go, whatever. I think there's a good vibe. I don't know. I was talking to BG, and there's a good vibe from them. Everybody feels it.
Yeah, all the locker room talk, everything leading up.
And around the league,
saying the right stuff.
Around the league, everybody's afraid of the birds. Like, that's the truth. Everybody was talking about it yesterday.
They should be. They're going to prove it tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I try to figure out what kind of game it's going to be. Is it?
I think it all comes down to the win,
score,
right?
lower score. I'm trying to figure it out.
What's the over/under? Let's see.
I kind of want to say it's going to be a lower scoring game.
45.
It's kind of right on.
Means we'll see Vegas doesn't know where it's going either.
The brain will have some thoughts on this. We'll kind of figure out. I always try to look at the game script, right? What's the game script?
Do they have one? You're talking about the overall, the script of the.
If you
wrote the script of this game, yes.
How it plays out.
Yes. Yes.
What the Eagles are going to try to do to the Green Bay defense, right? How will the Packers attack the Eagles? Will they just go lean in heavy Jacobs?
I think they have to.
Right. And then can the Eagles stack the box and shut Jacobs down and force Love in the 3rd and longs? Like, if you're behind the sticks, what happens? Because you get it. The thing about Love is he gets hot, right? So you want to make sure that he's not dealing 3rd and 4s and 3rd and 5s where he's got easy throws.
Yeah, maybe I am crazy this morning. Maybe I'm a little greened up. I can't see him getting hot without Kraft and the receivers he's got going on. They're banged up. I feel the same way in the sense of what Kraft is to that offense. I wrote a little song about tonight.
You wrote a song about tonight?
Can I play it? Is this how I feel? I think this embodies
of course you can play
the mentality of most of the people in chat. I think Fartsy and those guys will like this song.
All right.
Eddie Wright, I hope, in the chat approves of this song, but it's the way I feel about Jordan Love.
This dude drops back slow. The second there's some pressure, he forgets where he should throw. He slips, he trips, tossing interceptions like he's scared to take some hits. He's overrated. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Everybody. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Everybody. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated.
Now that's spectacular. It's as good as your hat.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
It's absolutely spectacular.
Thank you.
The only thing that makes me a little queasy is
what?
You're again sticking your middle finger out at the gods.
Listen, you got to be able to go. You got to go into a game chest.
Here's Uncle Frank.
Oh, here he goes.
He's disrespecting again. I mean, he's not lying. I love the song.
It's a real
It's a
earworm.
good. Actually, that
The
song.
critics are speaking. Ed Wright, oh hell yes. Fartsy, you've done it again. VG Beast, yes. Thank you, people.
All right, one more time. Let's go one more time. Let me kind of dissect this thing.
This dude drops back slow. The second there's some pressure, he forgets where he should throw. He slips, he trips, tossing interceptions like he's scared to take some hits. He's overrated. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Thank you.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
It's completely obnoxious.
Yeah, of course.
But it's excellent.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that, Tyler? Tyler's in for Andrew today.
Listen,
doing
man,
a job. Great work.
If you're trying to piss somebody off, you did a really nice job. I do.
I'm worried about the gods being pissed off.
I know you're a sports gods guy, so
I believe in that.
You have somebody. Somebody better be watching out for VG today.
He's flouting.
Because if it's his fault or if they lose, I think we can just blame VG.
He's a flouter. VG's a flouter. He's a flouting guy.
Josh Sass says that's the new play the song.
Wow, that's awesome. That's all. Hopefully, we'll be playing.
I hope it's fun tomorrow. Yeah, I hope
Yes.
it's fun tomorrow.
That's actually awesome. Great. Play the song. Yeah, this won't be the last time you've heard it this morning, so if you missed it, don't fret. I'm sure later on it'll come back on. All right, we got lots to get to. We got to get to EJ coming up in just a moment. The last minute what's going on injury-wise, kind of the setup for the game. We'll talk to the Brain. We'll talk to Bo. We'll talk to David Murphy, who had a very interesting column about Jalen in cold weather. So we got lots to tackle. We'll go through the NFL and what happened yesterday, all throughout the league. Again, Rams look good. Seattle look good. Detroit look good. Those late games were all blowouts yesterday. Very interesting stuff. So we'll get to all that coming up straight ahead. But let's take care of some business. The big deal, you know what the big deal is. The big deal is the Eagles and Packers Monday night. And that's brought to us by Cherry Hill Jeep. You're looking for a Jeep or a Ram truck? There's only one dealership in South Jersey that has been the market leader since 1967, right? Before we were born. That's a long time.
Yeah.
All right?
It's a
long time. Our friends at Cherry Hill Jeep got you covered. The best selection, More importantly, best prices. Right now, take advantage of the True Zero offer. 0 down payment, 0 first month payment, 0 security deposit now through July 31st. Slide into a 2025 Jeep Wrangler this month for just $289 a month. Every Wrangler delivers strong drivetrains, innovative engineering, quality components that underpin the Icon's legendary heritage. You can also pull away the most luxurious and functional SUV, the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, also including in True Zero. Love the True Zero offer, man.
Love it.
It's incredible. Go stop in, see my boy Dante. Dante's the man, all right? You tell him that I sent you, PHLY, Cuz sent you. They're going to give you the Cuz discount, and going to take great care of you, all right? Trust me. Available online 24/7, cherryhilljeep.com. I know people buy Jeeps and Rams trucks elsewhere. I just don't know why. Don't know why.
Hey, if your home needs a little TLC, maybe you're dreaming of a dream vacation, maybe you want to hit the road, watch an Eagles game on the road or a Sixers game. TrueMark Financial's HELOC Select just got even better because the rates have dropped, making it more affordable for your home's equity to work for you. Need a new kitchen, you got a leak in the roof, some big repairs around the house, maybe knock out some high-interest debt. With the HELOC Select, you can access your cash all at once for that big project or take it when you need it. Total flexibility, just like a good game plan. Make it happen today. Visit one of TrueMark's 24 branches around the area or head to TrueMark.com/PHLY and get in the game today. Don't hesitate. Federally insured, they are by the NCUA. They're an equal opportunity lender, NMLS 404938.
All right, let's do it, baby. The man who covers the birds for PHLY does such a great job. Feel bad. He's under the weather.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be in Green Bay.
That's
he
a
got
bummer.
COVID.
Ugh.
Let's get our main man.
Give me that E, give me a J, give me an EJ, give me that EJ Smith.
The Xfinity mobile call-in line. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling good. This is like the human interaction I need in my quarantine right now. You know, it's like it's brutal. Now, obviously, I'm disappointed. You know, I wanted to get to LAMBEAU as an appreciator of football history here, but yeah, no, it's good to be on with you guys.
Have you ever been to LAMBEAU?
I've never been to LAMBEAU. It's evaded me.
Man.
Yeah.
Are you
They were there. They were
serious?
there. What was it? 2020. So but nobody was there. So I'll get there eventually. I hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I was disappointed for sure.
It's a great place. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a football mecca. I'm sorry you're under the weather, buddy. It's a shame, man. It's the worst. All right, let's talk about what we need to know about tonight. First, injury-wise, no Cam. It appears the Jurgens knee still an issue.
Yeah. So it'll be Brett Toth again. Obviously, he played well against the Giants. He's best suited at center, but yeah, it's still a big miss to not have Cam Jurgens out there. What he can do in space, getting to the second level there. So it'll be interesting to see next week about him. And then Jair Alexander got ruled out yesterday. He was a late scratch. My understanding is it's two things. It's his acclimation to the defense, getting up to speed with all the different calls and everything like that, but also the knee injury that he's been dealing with really this whole season and dating back to last season. They wanted to give him extra time to recover since he probably wasn't going to have a prominent role since he's not too acclimated with the defense. And then there's some guys who are questionable who are on IR. Nolan Smith was listed as questionable. I'd expect him to be activated. They have an open spot on the roster for him. And then Jacorian Bennett and Willie Lampkin, both questionable because of the fact that they are on IR. The Eagles would have to find a spot for either of those guys if they wanted them up for game day. I think they have until 4:00 to do either of those moves.
So what are you looking at right now as far as, what the personnel is going to look like? I mean, we know about Toth at center.
Yeah, I think offensively it'll Toth is the one, but then on defense, I don't know. It's hard. I feel like it's as hard as it's been all year to figure out who's going to be that outside corner, whether it's a Dory Jackson or Keely Ringo. Like I would
feels like Ringo again, to be honest with you. It feels
yeah,
like
I would
Ringo
lean
tonight.
Ringo. Yeah, I was going
Jacorian
to say
Bennett
like,
still hurt?
Well, yeah, he's got until
yeah, he's on
later
IR with the
today.
pack. He was
to
a
make a
full
decision
participant
on
in
him.
practice. Yeah, but they had to clear a roster spot. This is going to sound like crazy, and I don't think it's going to happen. But like, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be surprised if Adoree Jackson's not on the team in 2 weeks. You know, like that's where we're at. But I also wouldn't be surprised if he's starting. You know, so I think it'll be Keely Ringo. I think that he played well enough against the Giants, and I think that Vic just keeps wanting to give him the opportunity to kind of run away with the job. So I think it'll be him. But yeah, it's really to be determined in that secondary.
Yeah, I think next week. Well, these two games will tell you the story of Adoree Jackson, because I agree with you. You know, he's no luck to be on this team. And if Bennett comes back and does anything, I think Jackson does nothing, he's gone.
Especially like Alexander kind of fills that like veteran who you can kind of throw in mid game and just hope it works. Like him and Alexander and Adoree Jackson have some similar traits in that way, and obviously Alexander's played at a higher level in the league. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But I think it'll be Ringo. It wouldn't surprise me. I think it would make sense to have Jacorian Bennett on the roster. I was going through it earlier. I don't know who the person you take off is, but yeah, I think that it would make sense to have him up.
So Packers are banged up. We know about Kraft and how big a loss is. What are you hearing from them? Also, Matthew Golden is questionable, and then they have an issue because, you know, Jade Reed, who's good, is on IR too. So they're down a lot of their weapons.
Yeah, I mean they're really banged up at receiver, really just in the receiving core if you extend that to Tucker Kraft. So you know, when you evaluate that Packers offense, I'm a little bit more bullish on Jordan Love than you guys. I like the song; it was a good song, but you know, I do think that he's the type of quarterback that you do need to be worried about extending plays. He's been really efficient this year, but when you look at his receiving core and you think about those spells that the Packers have had where they kind of go through stretches in games where they don't, you know, really get a lot going, I do think that's really in play. So it'll be interesting to see, because like you look at Jordan Love's numbers and it's like, man, he's had a good year. But I do think with the matchup advantages the Eagles will have on the outside there, they should be able to be able to really slow him down today.
Well, it's interesting because I agree with you about Love.
We're traits guys, right? Traits with the quarterbacks, right?
I mean, look, I've seen him complete, 18 in a row 2 weeks ago, and he looked great doing it, right? Like, he can get really hot. Now, he is prone to these spells. Like, the knock on him and what's keeping him from that elite kind of level is the fact that he's not consistent with it. That he'll have those spells where he's a little erratic, little inaccurate, and their offense stumbles a bit. So I think and I'm curious to see what you get. Now, I think Watson is going to play a big role tonight.
Yeah, it's funny, you look at his numbers, he's got like 6 catches this year, something really
he
small.
Was hurt.
But they're all for like 30 yards, like his yards per completion or yards per catch is crazy. So yeah, he's definitely that big play threat. He is like the physical presence that you worry about. But again, like that's where you feel if he gets matched up with Keely, you're worried about that. But that's where you feel pretty good about Vic's ability to get Quinyon Mitchell on him in game situations where it's important, those high leverage downs. So definitely not their full complement on the perimeter there, but you still have to account for a guy like Christian Watson because he is like that big play guy that can really change a game.
What do you hear about Golden, speaking of their speed, because he's their big rookie speed kid out of Texas?
Yeah. So I got their injury report up here. Yeah, he's questionable. I haven't seen much on him. Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's like, it's a shoulder. So, I mean, I'm not sure. I think
you expect him to play. Right.
Yeah. You would think it's not one of those where it's like you can make it worse. Yeah. So, but still, I mean, it's a depleted group for sure.
And the truth is, if they're going to win tonight, they're going to win behind Jacobs and running the football. I mean, that's going to be their attack is going to be through the run game and try to run it on the Eagles and then play action.
Right. Yeah. And that has been like, we've seen the Eagles struggle against like those Shanahan tree, they obviously struggled against the Rams there. And, LaFleur's got some of that too, some of that outside zone stuff, and they're going to try to be physical. So it's going to be important for them to be ready for that type of stuff. That's probably where you feel a lot better about Jalen Phillips, the potential for Nolan Smith, who again I'd expect to play, and BG, those guys at the point of attack on the edge, that's a big difference than what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with the Eagles' run defense.
Hey, what's the move with if Nolan Smith comes back? Is it AJ Dillon? Is he the odd man out?
So they have a spot. So Nolan could come on without anybody.
Okay.
It'd be Ja'Cory Bennett that would probably be, and Willie Lampkin is the other one. I mean, one of those guys. If they wanted to activate those guys, I think AJ Dillon's a good call there. I think it's probably either him. I mean, that's what I was saying. I was going through it this morning, and they don't have as many obvious cuts as they did maybe a couple weeks ago. So, that's the nature of all the trades that they made. So, I think AJ Dillon's probably a good call there.
What have you heard about Willie Lampkin?
Second guy. Yeah, I mean, the offensive line guys have been intrigued by him, because he's really not built like like the rest of them. He's not built like any other offensive lineman. I mean, when you see him walk in the locker room, it is really staggering, and to think that guy's a professional football player. But I was talking to Jordan Mailata about him, and he's like, when the first time I saw him, I thought he was BG, because he's about the same height as BG. But yeah, they've been intrigued by him. I would say, like when he goes up for his reps in practice, they're all watching him to see how he operates. He doesn't operate like the rest of them. He can't afford to be patient, is what they say. He's got to get right up on guys and get his hands on guys. So it's been interesting to hear them talk about him.
So let's dive back into the X and O of this game, because I'm fascinated by it. The Eagles' offense, we saw it look so much better against Minnesota and the Giants. 2 games now. Is the Jalen under center? I give Patul a lot of credit because he has gotten Jalen comfortable under center, and the offense is way more effective that way. Is that fixed? Is the O fixed?
I'm not going to go so far as saying it's fixed, because I think there's going to be spells that they probably still struggle. This game will be interesting because the Packers are a heavy zone team, and obviously even the last couple of weeks, Jalen has not been incredibly productive against zone coverage, and that's where the run game is really going to be important, and that's where the under center run game I think is going to be the determining factor in this game. I feel like if they can stay ahead of the sticks, stay on schedule with the run game, set up the play action from those under center looks like we saw them do the previous 2 weeks, I think that's really the formula. Because if you tell me that this game turns into a shootout and all of a sudden they're in shotgun against a team that varies up their zone coverages as much as the Packers, I don't feel great about that. Not to say that, the passing game, it doesn't have the talent to be productive in those scenarios. We just haven't seen it. So I think it'll be instructive to see how they handle a zone heavy team with this new identity that they're starting to find.
Well, the other aspect of it too is, you still have the specter of AJ, right? So the last thing you need is like AJ going 2 for 24, no touchdowns.
Yeah, no, and we heard from him this week. He said all the things you'd want him to say, but you can tell he's trying not to talk about the offense because he's obviously trying to leave something unsaid. So keeping that situation under control is an important thing, but it's also just we're getting to that point, like you mentioned, these are statement games for the Eagles, and if they come out and they struggle against heavy zone coverage because they're in a shootout and they're one dimensional, that's the opposite of the statement that they're going to try to make.
So the next 2 games are fascinating, right? Like it's Green Bay and Detroit. And so we talk about statements and all that stuff. And you saw with Detroit, Dan Campbell took over the play calling. And it was like, you know what? And which I thought was a bold move, man.
Yeah.
But it shows you that even though he's never done it, I mean, they looked great yesterday. I mean, against Washington. Washington stinks. But still, it was I watched that game. I was more interested in that game than the 9. I was kind of going back and forth because I wanted to check them out. And, they're an animal. They're a beast with those 2 backs. And, Jamison Williams, who's underrated, who had a big day yesterday, and St. Brown, obviously, and Laporta. I mean, they got weapons everywhere. So I'm curious if the Eagles' offense can get to that point where they can outscore a team like Detroit.
Yeah, and I mean the Rams too. Yesterday just had a really productive day, and obviously the Eagles just beat them, so we saw that. But that
it
Rams
was a miracle win.
Yeah,
too.
I'm about to say it took 2 blocked field goals, and all that. So I do think that you're right. The Eagles got to kind of keep up in the right direction with those teams that are starting to really that take shape at the top of the conference. Now, obviously, the Eagles are in a good position, but yeah, no, these next 2 weeks are going to be the test. And the tricky thing is, like, and I know you talked about this with Bo, like the urgency is going to be up for the Packers and the Lions in these games, like because this is like their measuring stick. This is the game that they got scheduled or circled on the calendar. The Eagles have to be able to weather that and withstand that. But in a way, that is a good test for the playoffs, right? In a way, that is like that's what that's when the stakes are high. Like this is what you're going to get from other teams. So yeah, I think it's really going to be a telling couple of games, and it really starts tonight on Monday night game on primetime here.
Yeah, because you look at it from obviously Green Bay's more desperate, so let's make sure we understand that. But big difference between 6-3 going to Detroit and 7-2. You're 6-3 going in. There's an element of, hey man, we got to win. Man, we don't want to drop to 6-4.
Yeah, I mean, and like even putting aside like that Jalen Hurts every time he loses a game acts like he has to like go soul searching here, like like putting aside what happens internally for the Eagles, just in the sense of like the conference, the stack, how it stacks up. Yeah, you got to keep pace with the Lions. You don't want to go play them indoors in the playoffs. So yeah, it definitely puts a lot of urgency on that game. If they can go in with that record advantage, it still is going to be a tough game. It's going to be an important game because the Lions are going to use it as that they missed the opportunity to play the Eagles in the playoffs last year. All of those elements are going to be at play. But yeah, it kind of takes it a little bit off of lowers the stakes a little bit for the Eagles in a way that I think would be advantageous.
So here's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out the game script, what it's going to be like, right? Like, what's going to work, where the matchups lie. And usually that gives you a window into every game's got a different personality. What's the personality of this game? The over-under you said is?
44?
40, you said 45.
45.
Which is probably about right, like, because you can't really figure it out. You go 24-21 type of thing. And I'm trying to figure out, is it on the higher side or lower side? I'm having a tough time kind of figuring out the script.
I think if you're the Eagles, you want it to be on the lower side. You want to maybe break off a couple explosive runs in the first half and start to really control the game. Again, if that run game's getting going again, maybe this is one of the first times we see one of those classic 4-minute drives, in the second half of a game where they kind of just kill the game. I think if you're the Eagles, that's what you want this game to look like. I think if you're the Packers, I know that they're banged up in the receiving core like we mentioned, but just I think that a shootout still favors them. A game where both sides are one-dimensional, both sides are really high pace. That still feels like more of the Packers game than the Eagles at this point. I think if you're the Eagles, you're just trying to get back to the way that you were last year, right? You're just trying to get back to being a team that just bullies people at the point of attack and controls games that way. They're obviously they avoid the turnovers. That was one thing, watching like the Bills game last night, or watching them lose to the Dolphins. It's like, how do you lose to the Dolphins? And it's like, it's turnovers and it's explosive plays. And that it's like, you almost get like spoiled watching the Eagles because of how infrequently they struggle with those things. So I think if you're the Eagles, that's the formula. You limit the mistakes. You just kind of grind the game out. I think if you told me that was the under, I probably would guess that the Eagles won the game.
Yeah. I completely agree with the notion of the turnover, right? Like,
yeah,
the turnover, and you saw it. You see it around the league, right? Like, and the Bills are a perfect example. They were coming off the big win over Kansas City, right? There's always a letdown in Miami. Team's no good. That's a game where they historically falter against the Dolphins. But to your point, like when you turn the ball over, you got no shot. And that's what happened. And the Eagles usually don't do it. The only time they really did it, and it was once, was the bad throw by Jalen against the Giants on Thursday night.
Yeah. That's the one pick he's got this year. And that's
think about that.
Right.
One pick. It's unbelievable.
And it really hasn't come at the expense. Obviously, the middle of the field throws, we've talked a lot about those. He doesn't have a lot of those types of throws, but he really doesn't come at the expense of the deep shots. Those sideline shots, against those single high coverages. He's found a really good way of like not. He's found a balance of being aggressive without putting the ball in harm's way. And it's funny because like that to me is like, that's like the Nick Sirianni quarterback right there. Like, you have a quarterback that can take downfield shots without putting the ball in harm's way. I think that really is like, that's been like, honestly, that's probably been Jalen's best attribute so far this season.
Yeah. I listen, the fact that he can throw the ball down the field, because everything's outside the numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
or those little, those in cuts, shallow crossers, like,
Like the skinny posts, but he only throws those when he knows they're there.
Well, that's it. Like if you're manned up, if you see press man, then the in cuts, he can hit that.
Right.
But otherwise, everything else is outside the numbers.
Yeah, and it's minimize the risk. Now, can you build a whole passing offense around it? Like, I mean, they have at times, so it's an interesting conversation to have. But yeah, I think it's been effective this year, and I've been talking all week about all last week about, like, I'm buying some of the Jalen Hurts MVP stock, like, because these are 2 statement games that they got here. Like, I'm buying it early. I think that there's a chance if he performs well these next couple of weeks that he really becomes a part of that conversation.
Wow.
Whoa, let me see what the odds are here.
Wow.
He's like
18-1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. You know what's funny? I mean, I don't see it. I don't see MVP. I mean,
it usually goes
like
to,
if it usually is a quarterback, you're right.
Yeah, and it's
But
a
like you
quarterback
look
on
around the
one of best
league,
teams in
you
the
look around the
conference.
NFC and you go, God, I hate to say it, but I mean, the Seahawks are playing really good football.
Yeah, Darnold's up there. Yeah.
He's got better odds than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Come on.
Darnold, I don't take issue with. It's some of the other guys. where
Drake
it's
May's
like,
number 2, having a nice season. But
Well, I'm just going to NFC. No, Drake May's ridiculous. You see the year
Yeah, I think he's probably
he's not just
right.
having a nice season. He's having a ridiculous
number
season.
2?
Nah, dude, come on. I'm just looking at the NFC. Forget the AFC because Mahomes is going to win it.
Jonathan Taylor should win it.
Well, Jonathan Taylor
Out of
should
his
win it, but
mind
it's a
right
quarterback. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
did he
it's a
again
quarterback
yesterday, Taylor?
award.
I love
3 more
Taylor.
touchdowns.
But if you're going to look at quarterback, Mahomes, I know it depends what happens to the Bills the rest of the way, but just in the NFC, Stafford and Darnold, are having they're playing really well.
Yeah, I think that Hurts' numbers might catch up to those guys. And again, it usually it does go to a team that's first or second in their conference. And if he's got that touchdown to interception ratio, if he hits the milestones, the benchmarks, I think there's a path for him to do it. I think, like, if you told me he's 12th in the rankings right now, I feel like he'll climb those rankings in the next couple of weeks.
Wow, you think he can get to those numbers?
I'm bullish on it. I think that they figured it out offensively a little bit. Again, the zone heavy, like this matchup, it might not be explosive, it might not be big numbers, but I think we'll catch up to those guys. I think he should be more in that conversation this time, maybe next month.
Wow, I don't see that. I would prefer, to be honest with you, I prefer Barkley to be. I would prefer
Quarterback award, though.
No.
Darnold,
I'm not talking about the award. Forget the award.
Okay,
I'm talking about for the offense, for the health of the offense. I prefer a Barkley emergence than all of a sudden Hurts throwing for big numbers.
Yeah, I think that especially in certain games, you're going to need that instead. But I don't even know if it's like, I think he's going to put up 4,000 passing yards. I think we're talking like 3,000 passing yards, and then
Well, that's not enough to win an MVP.
Well, it depends. Usually, if you have like
touchdown
3,100,
to interception ratio doesn't win you an MVP.
I think touchdown numbers could get you in the conversation. It's usually you have like I think it was Josh or Lamar one year had 3,100 passing yards, but he did have like 800 rushing yards, and that's the thing. That might be the.
He wasn't there. I mean, it was a dynamic. I mean, I love you to death. I think COVID's got your brain. I mean, there's no way in the
I said this
world
before COVID.
he can have any kind of numbers.
COVID's got your brain.
I mean, he can have those kinds of. I'm looking at the numbers that the Rams and Darnold. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying it, but they are. I mean,
but
4 touchdowns
by the end of the season,
5 touchdowns.
I'm not saying right now where his numbers are at. I think where he could end up by the end of the season, he could be in the
I mean,
conversation.
but he's going to have to play at a ridiculous clip numbers-wise. We know the beauty of Jalen is not about numbers.
He doesn't care about the numbers.
It's not about awards. Like he's like, I I mean, I don't know. It's not. That's not who he is. He's not an MVP. He's a Super Bowl MVP. But a regular season MVP that's all about numbers, that got fantasy elements to it. That's not him.
Yeah, I think it's less about like it's you got to hit the miles, you have to hit the benchmarks. I don't think it's about like the gaudy numbers. You kind of need one of those like statement numbers, and for him that could be touchdowns. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not saying I think he's going
right now.
Passing?
I mean, he's got a few of them. He's added a bunch to his.
He's got 15. Stafford's got 25.
Yeah, but that's passing touchdowns. So you had the rushing.
Yeah, all right. Let me see the rushing.
Yeah.
God bless you, EJ. You really are dying on this hill.
Thoughts here. Yeah.
He's got 5.
Yeah, so he's 5 off of Stafford. He's got one game less.
Yeah. Stand strong, EJ. Don't let him bully you. Stand strong.
I'm not bullying. Listen, would I like to see him win? Yeah. But do I think he's...
It's game day. We don't need this talk. He's winning MVP.
Would I vote for him? No. I mean, I'm being real. Like, you know, if I'm going to be true to the game, I wouldn't vote for him. No. You know.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know. Anyway, who cares? What about tonight? Now, tell me what your vibe is tonight. Tap into your COVID dreams right now and tell me what you see.
You want my prediction?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Eagles 27, Packers 23.
All right.
And I'm going to guess that it's a defensive stand at the end of the game that wins them the game.
27-23. I like the defensive stand. I think if they win tonight, it's going to be one on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
Carter.
I think it'll be the run game and the defense and the defense. Yeah.
I think the defense is going to win it. Coop makes a play tonight.
Coop makes a play every night.
Quignon.
Yeah.
Right. I can see that. All right, buddy. Awesome stuff as always, my brother. Feel
this
better.
Good. I needed this. Yeah.
So what are you doing? Like, you're going to be sequestered in your house for the game?
It's a chance. I'm gonna take a test. I'm gonna see how I feel. If I can make it in studio, I'll make it in studio. But I don't want to get anybody sick, and I don't want to be coughing all over Vinny. So we'll figure that out.
Did you work with Andrew?
I don't think I was in studio with Andrew. It was just Bo and
Andrew's
Julian.
out sick today.
Yes.
Oh no! All right, I'll text him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. He said he took a test and that he's negative for COVID.
Okay, so it wasn't me.
Trust his test. Where's he getting this test?
I know. I don't know. Yeah. I got a question for you guys. Off the subject. What does it matter if it's COVID or not? You're sick. You're sick. Like nowadays, like what does it really matter?
So for me, man, I could get like medicine for it. That was the only reason I wanted to know. So, but
I still think there's an issue
it
with
was
people
helpful for
underlying
that.
conditions. I do think that that's an issue. But
Right. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, I was legit to ask. Like, you're gonna get treated for it.
Right.
Not like it brought me back to that horrible time.
I mean, I'd like to avoid it if I can. I like tasting my food.
Do you have no taste?
No, I can still taste. I never can smell. I don't know if we've talked about this on the show before.
Oh, you got no.
You have no smell?
Never, even since I was a kid, no sense of smell. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I have one. It's just very like
Faint.
Yeah, I can't smell anything really. So.
Usually taste and smell go together.
Yeah, I think my taste is different because I can't smell, but I still can taste. I can guarantee you, like, I wouldn't be this big if I couldn't taste good food. Trust me. That's
You're
what I
the
always tell
man,
people.
brother. That's great. All right. Hey, great stuff, buddy. We love you, man. Feel better.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, EJ. There he is, EJ Smith.
Jimmy Garecki. Hopefully he's not wearing
Jimmy G.
Hopefully he's not wearing his Dodgers jersey today. He's checking and saying Andrew's definitely got the vid.
Jimmy G. Game day, baby. Garecki. All right. Time now for the brain. Okay. What do you? Oh, you load him up? The brain? Brain. The brain. I'm curious to see where he's looking at it.
Are you? He's going to tell, I don't know.
Why?
He feels like he's going to be a buzzkill. I feel like he's going to be an Eagles buzzkill.
No, he's not going to be a buzzkill. He's on the Eagles. VG, I like the Eagles tonight.
Let me ask you something, Anthony.
You don't believe that Jalen Hurts is MVP, do you? Seriously. Take your green goggles off for a second.
Not right now. Stafford is.
I mean, I hate to say it.
Season's only half over.
I hate to say it, but that's not who he is, though. He's never been that guy. And all of a sudden, he's going to be numbers? Come on.
Hey, man, he's under center.
Stop. Let me just have Barkley. I want Barkley to get unleashed. All right?
This should be a good one. Rico Dowd ran for like 180 yards against them.
Let Jalen do what he does, which is have his winning DNA. Let's go to the brain.
Brain.
Red, the brain finder.
On the Xfinity mobile call-in line.
With the Hartford Whalers
Brought
hat.
to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app, the brain. Look at the brain.
Nice,
Please, did
nice white on
you
today.
guys say, did you say Jalen Hurts MVP? Who said
So that was
Listen, if you're going to come in bashing our QB1,
No,
we don't
I
need
said-
you,
I just
Brad.
wanna know who said
Let us, it's game day.
I
so
may agree. I just curious who was the genius who made such a astute comment.
that
was-
listen.
No
EJ's
bashing
got
today.
COVID, all right? So it was just an offhanded prediction that he's going to get into the running. He didn't say he was going to win it. Listen, for the record, I'm with you, all right? You know, I mean, that's not who he is, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I love my boy EJ is the great reporter, great football man.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, yeah, look, big game night, obviously. I actually, VG, again, I actually, unfortunately, the line has gone down. I was waiting for it to get to 3. It was 3 laying 125. I wanted to lay 3 laying 120, but it kept going Eagles. Where now it's down to, I believe it's like 1 point. I mean, it's basically like, it's
showing
basically
a
a pick'em game.
Yeah, I'm showing a pick.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, it's basically a pick'em game. And again, I was really hoping to be able to somehow take a 3 with the Eagles. Yeah, it's pick right now on the Bet Park site. I think it's the right number. Because actually, I think the Eagles right now are the healthier team. Again, I really think losing Kraft for Green Bay is a big deal. I don't think people realize how good he was for them.
Yeah.
And
again, as a blocker, sealing the edge.
That was just a big loss, a really big loss. And Green Bay, I mean, man, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Something just seems a little off there for a team that's
their
a lot of good
quarterback.
players. It could be him, but I don't know if it's that. I really don't think it's as simple as that. I don't think he's bad, the quarterback. I actually think he's above average. So I'm not going to necessarily agree with that one. I put it this way. Who do you think's better, him or Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, actually, I forgot what town I'm in. I'm not going to say anything. But I think I put it this way. If he was on the Eagles,
See him
I
win a
think he
big
could
game.
have comparable success potentially to Jalen, but maybe you may think that's off. But I don't think
here's why you go Jalen, right? Because he's got a winning DNA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's won those
Oh
games.
no, for sure.
Right? Like so
2 Super Bowls in 3 years.
yeah, like, so that's why I wouldn't even entertain that. Like I see what you see. Like I think he's an above average quarterback who can get
That's all I'm saying.
Who can throw it, right? Like he can get hot. I've seen him throw complete 18, 19 in a row. Like he can do that.
Yeah, we've seen the guy get hot like crazy. Yeah, it's that we've seen him do that before. But look, this is a game. It's a great game. I mean, this really should be a good competitive game. I lean under of anything. I think points will be at a premium. I think Jalen will have a good rushing day today. I think that they're going to need to rely on him because I think it's going to be a hard game. I think it's going to be a tough, lower scoring game. And I think they're going to need his legs to make some big plays, but I think he can. I absolutely think he can. I think it's going to be a close game. Again, I'll be very surprised when we're not talking tomorrow morning. I always say if the game comes down to the last play, I'll be very surprised if this game does not come down to the last 3 minutes. I will be shocked. Either way, I think it'll be a very competitive, close game. I think the Eagles pull it out, but I think it'll be very close.
Yeah, like I think the Eagles defense will win the game. Like I keep looking at it and go, all right, they're down the weapons. We talk about Kraft, right? They got no Jaden Reed. The Golden's banged up, right? So they're gonna want to run. They're gonna want to run Jacobs, and the Eagles are gonna play their big, their base. They're gonna be in base a lot, right? Where Cooper's on the outside, and they got 3 linebackers, and that should help against Jacobs and stopping him.
Yeah, look, Jacobs has really been a great free agent signing for them. He's actually played really, really, really well. You know, I heard you guys talking about Saquon, and the other prop I'm looking at is Saquon's under rushing yards. I know he had that great game the other day, 2 weeks ago, or the last game they played, which was 2 weeks ago, against the Giants. He was phenomenal. Was the Giants? Was that the game he had 180 yards?
Yes.
So I'm misremember. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, with Giants, Vikings,
he was
Giants.
phenomenal. Yeah, he was phenomenal. But here's the thing: out of like the 7 or 8 games he's played, he's had 6 bad ones. I really actually would say you use the word probably somewhat bad, and 2 really good ones. I need to see another really good game for him to actually trust it. The only way I think he'll get there.
What is his
I had
total?
a very good prop day yesterday. 76.5, I believe. I think that's too high. The only way I think he gets there is if
I might give you a little
he has to
pushback.
get off one of those 30-yard runs to me to get there. If he doesn't get one of those big runs, I will bet you his success rate tonight. I will say maybe, in my opinion, he's not going to have a ton of runs over 5+ yards. That's how I see it. I could be dead wrong, but he's such a good player. He could easily just run off a 70-yard run, 60-yard run.
Let me give you let me give you the other side of that argument. All right.
Sure.
So he's had much more success with Hurts under center, which has been a recent phenomenon. So you could throw out the first 6 games of the year, right? Like, I mean, the fact is they have been much better with Hurts under center, and with Toth in the game at center, he's had success. When Toth was at guard, he did not have success. Then you couple the fact that Green Bay's defense is a zone team, which means they're going to give him the rock a lot because the Eagles' offense works much better in the run against the zone pass team, a zone defensive team, than passing the ball.
Yeah, listen, fair comments, Anthony, fair comments, but again, and everyone watch. I love the Eagles. I hope I'm rooting for.
No,
Saquon.
I know. I know you do. I'm just pushing back on because the numbers were like that predominantly over the first part of the season. Things change, like dynamics change. Like when it's a dramatic change to put Hurts under center, and that really helps the run game because of his vision.
Yeah. That's a very fair comment, Anthony. And look, we'll again, Green Bay is solid against running, and I just think, and again, maybe I just needs to be a hard. I think he's going to get the attempts, but I kind of see like a 19 for 59 kind of day from him. But we'll see. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, he runs. I didn't bet it.
19 for 59. They don't win that. They don't win the game if that's the case.
Yeah, I will say.
Just
again,
ignoring Fred Johnson as the 6th offensive lineman out there the last couple games.
I think the guy who's going to be the key player for the Eagles say it's going to be Jalen. I don't think it's going to be a Saquon kind of game. I really don't. I think it's going to be Jalen, but I think Jalen can do it. I think Jalen can actually do it between his legs, his passing. I think they're going to need him in this game. I don't think it's going to be a Saquon kind of game where it was so much last year. I think they're going to need Hurts in this particular game to actually have some success, but I think he will.
Sounds like you're talking about looking at he's an MVP.
I mean,
he can do it with his legs. He can pass. He can do his legs. He's going to come down to him.
Jalen Hurts wins MVP. No, I'm going to make it's 9:58, November 10th. If Jalen Hurts wins MVP, I'm trying to think what I'll do. I will. There's something I want. There's something, some task just to make the world laugh at me. I will do if he wins MVP.
Pay off my student loans.
I will almost. There's almost nothing I will say no to. I'll do it. I don't care what I have to do because, and that's nothing.
You get a Hurts tattoo.
He's just. Yes. Oh no. Well, I don't know if I would do that. I said almost.
Yeah, so you're not so sure.
I don't know if I'd have that in me. That would. I don't know if I'd have that one in me. But here's the thing. It's just Anthony. You say he's not that kind of player for this team, for this roster. Maybe on a different team he could be. Maybe. But I'm saying on this team.
I don't think he's a number, kind of nor do I think he cares about stuff like that because he's not a numbers guy. He's told us over and over again, it's not about the numbers, it's about winning football. And Jalen is a winning DNA kind of kid. He's 100%. A playoff MVP, not a regular season MVP, when the regular season MVP is a lot to do with numbers.
100%. I agree with that. By the way, speaking of, it's amazing, Anthony, we talked about, on our Thursday show, No, we talked about how we didn't think Miami Dolphins quit. And Josh Allen was the MVP front runner. And now, I mean, you see them. It's amazing how the NFL, it is so amazing. I always love it. Because every time you think you know something, you know squadouche. You know squadouche because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen any given day because Miami, yes, I watched that whole thing. Miami.
The only thing we talked about that, you and I on Thursday, that there was it was a natural letdown spot for the Bills.
For sure.
Coming off
and
the Kansas City game.
Yeah.
And they always struggle
play
down
Miami.
there.
This stuff always happens. They always lay these eggs in Miami. It's fascinating because ever since I've been in Florida, every year the Bills come here and it seems like the Bills lose. I'm like, how'd that happen? How'd that happen?
Yeah.
I always want, but again, you don't know. But Seattle, by the way, Anthony, not a bad performance. Side note.
Now your boys, listen.
Seattle Rams.
I mean, they jumped all over that team. It was 28-0 at the end of the first quarter.
It was 42-0, I think.
No, the end of the first quarter.
35-0. But it was an amazing performance. But that's gonna, and they did it without JSN, which I was curious. Okay, what would happen if they didn't have him? And he had a great 5 minutes. Then he left with an injury. But he played 5 minutes. He had 100 yards in 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they were already up 20. They didn't need him. They were already up 28-0.
That's true. But I cannot. That to me is the game. As of again, we always say as of today. I think as of today, and these things change with the wind. I think those are the two best teams in NFC today. Eagles certainly by the end of the year may be the best team in the entire league. I wouldn't be surprised. But you're getting two great games. Eagles, Packers. These are probably maybe the four best teams. Or Lions in there too. But you get the Eagles, Packers, Seattle, Rams. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how tonight's game plays out. I think it'll be an absolute battle. And look, the Eagles have beaten this team, Anthony, twice in a row, right? Last year, they beat them in the playoffs.
In Brazil and then in the playoffs, yep.
So I know, you know that Green Bay is going to really want this game, and so it's going to be a very hard game, I think, for Philly to win. But again, the division's over. We already know that, which is great. So they're going to win the division. Then you have to, you say to yourself, okay, it's just about seeding at this point. Do they have any chance of getting the number one seed and getting that bye? That would obviously be the goal.
Yeah. Now, I look at the rest of the league yesterday, and it was, the late games were all blow. The fact the Rams, now I know the Niners defense is not good.
I was surprised. I was really surprised. They smoked them. But I will tell you that it's funny.
And you want to talk about
Stafford,
everybody. He just went to everybody. It was Puka, it was Devontae, it was Higbee, it was Kyron Williams.
Blake Corum.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They kind of look like, honestly, I think Stafford is one of the most underrated players in NFL history.
Yeah.
You heard me. NFL history.
Yeah.
No one mentions him as an elite. When I say no one, I hate when people say no one gives us a chance in the game. I think that's such garbage. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, that sounds. But I've never heard anyone ever mention Matthew Stafford. Oh, who are the best quarterbacks? He's never listed. And he just is.
Yeah.
He's never even talked about.
It's all those years in Detroit.
And you were talking about the greatest arm ever. My God.
He's on that list.
Yeah.
He's on that list. Elway, him, there's a list of guys.
And he's way more accurate than Elway could ever be.
Oh no, but he's a phenomenal player. And again, it's what I like seeing, Anthony. It's funny because in the NBA, I always love watching players like Jimmy Butler because he wins and he's great in a day where if you don't shoot the three, you're an outcast.
Yes.
Now in today's football, if you're not Jalen Hurts, if you're not Josh Allen, if you're not Mahomes, if you're not Lamar, if you're not a mobile guy, you're an outcast. Who are you? But I love the fact that in an age where you better be freaking insanely great if you're not mobile. Insanely great. And he is. And that's why I like him. I like the guys that can do it in a world where they're telling you can't do it. Because if you're not mobile, you're not fit for today's game, more or less. And he's that good that he can do it. And that's why I love Matt Stafford.
Yeah. I'm completely with you. Then you look at the Lions. I know it's Washington, but they didn't come close to being stopped. Like every possession, they just got chunks and chunks of yards.
Yeah, but you did say, Washington to me right now
No, they're a dead team.
Again,
Without a
yeah,
doubt.
yeah. I mean, like,
but
yeah,
it's
again,
still,
like week one
to go on the road
that
and
would have
not
been
be
something I would have been
like,
impressed with.
they didn't come close to stopping them.
No, they certainly didn't. But again, Washington to me, man, is that a bad team? Like I actually think they're really, really,
They stink.
really
I
bad.
completely agree.
But again, in the NFC, Philly, Detroit, Green Bay, Seattle.
Tampa took a hit yesterday, losing that game.
Tampa,
Drake.
I really think I'm going to hit that crazy long shot on the Patriots. I really feeling.
What did you got to win? He got him to win the division.
I have him to win the division for a very big bet at 15-1, and I have him to get the number 1 seed for a very big bet at crazy odds, and I think they're going to. Their schedule's good enough. That quarterback, by the way, that's another quarterback who is, if you watch him, oh my God, there's some really good players in the NFL now, but Drake May is on that short list.
Dude, how about the throw he makes to Ryan Williams? Oh my!
He's again. I love watching greatness. I really do.
Yeah,
I love watching greatness. Andy, did you see? I'm curious, and I don't know if you guys spoke about it. I can hear you. Did you see the line UNVG next week? Eagles Lions. Have you guys discussed it? Have you seen it?
Wait, yeah, it was like -1.5.
Yeah, -1.5. I want to know if you had an opinion. I thought it was a little low.
That the Eagles were 1.5?
I thought the Eagles should have been bigger favorite. Yeah, I do.
Really?
Absolutely do. Again, Detroit to me is a team in a controlled environment. Yeah, I think that team is extremely, extremely, extremely tough to beat. But when it's a not controlled environment, when I controlled environment, you're in a dome at 72 degrees, there's no wind, there's no this, there's no that.
I get it.
When senior golf has everything around them perfect. But outdoors, more iffy things can happen. I fundamentally agree with you. I thought the Eagles would be close. I'm not going to say I thought it would hit 3, but I thought it would be at least a point higher. I thought it would be like 2.5 laying 120. I'm surprised it's just a flat 1.5. That did surprise me.
I'm interested to see in that game, like obviously depending on tonight, we'll find out where that line goes. But I'm interested to see, even in an outdoor environment, they're still dangerous. And I'm anxious to see if the Eagles can outscore them.
Yeah, it should be. Look, it should be that's a look.
Like I don't know what I still need to figure out the Eagles' offense. Like, I think it's fixed, and I think the under center thing is big, and I think that Barkley should be much better second half of the year. So that's my hope. And if they can run the ball, then they'll put up big numbers.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you were to have like a draft of just the NFL scouts or general managers, you would look at the Eagles team and you'd say, okay, you would still think AJ and Devontae would be conservatively top 4. Maybe even maybe the number 1. I'm just saying conservatively top 4 in the league. You would conservatively put Barkley top 5 or 6, worst case. So Dallas Goedert a really solid to him. You would really think that this offense would be elite, let alone something that we talk about every week that's okay, what's going on this week? You know what I mean? And I know Bo's going to get to it as well, but that to me is something that I don't know. When the Eagles, the sum, what's the saying I'm trying to say? The sum of the parts isn't equaling how it should be. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the individual parts, you would think it like a car. You strip a car, the parts are worth more than the total car. They say in this case, I would think the individual parts of the Eagles seem to be worth more than the sum of the group together for whatever reason. Last year, it gelled.
Yeah,
perfect,
I agree.
Perfect,
I would agree with that. I would agree.
Yeah. So hopefully, but again, 8 weeks left to be elite, and I think they easily can be.
All right, brother. Great stuff as always. So your official play is Eagles and under?
I like Jalen Hurts rushing yards today. I'm all in on the Jalen rushing. I think Jalen's going to have 40 plus rushing yards. It's 26, 27. I think he's going to go over that total.
I like that.
I think it's going to be a Jalen day. That is my thing. I think when we're talking tomorrow, it's going to be hopefully I'm right, but I think it's going to be Jalen was the key, and he was the guy that got them there more so than Saquon. But I'm curious to hear what Bo says, which I'll stay on and listen to and hear him. But I think it's going to be kind of a Jalen kind of game.
All right, sounds good, buddy. Great work as
Appreciate
always.
You both.
The Brain.
Bye, guys.
On the Xfinity mobile call-in line. That's right, Bo's coming up shortly, but we got to take care of some business first. Brain brought to us by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Yes, that's right. Tonight, Eagles pick SGPs. We're talking about the brain likes. I like Jalen's rushing over. I could totally see 26.5. I could totally see him beating that. He could beat that on 2 plays, right? Like 1 play. All of a sudden you forget him and he rolls for 30. Like you could see that. So I like that one. I like Saquon. I know Brain doesn't. I like Saquon. I think Saquon, under center, I think in the mid-70s, that's gettable for him.
I'm with you. I think Brain's not seeing what's happening.
Yeah. I like Saquon
changed.
in the game.
Yeah.
I like Brains under. I think he's right. It's going to be a slog type of thing. I think both teams are going to try to run the ball that will move clock. So there's a myriad of ways to bet the game. You can do it on the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app, where there's always another way to win, right? Like live dealer blackjack and roulette and craps. It's right there on your phone. You can have a blast with it, all the hot online slots you want. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. Homeowners, pay attention because maybe you got an outlet you said you fixed last summer. Maybe you got a faucet that's been dripping and you just never get around to it because you're not that good at it and it's intimidating. But Ace Hardware, they're now here to help you out because the Ace is the helpful hardware folks. Now they're the helpful home service and repair folks. Yeah, they do it all. They do plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling. And they got trusted pros to keep your house humming all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services, they're bringing the helpful you love from the store now to your front door, from Philly all the way down to the Jersey Shore. They bring experience. They got local plumbers, techs, handle everything, repairs, seasonal maintenance, installation, upgrades. They listen to your goals. The job, it's never done till you're totally satisfied. They'll even give you free estimates on equipment installation and replacement with trusted advisors, and they give you options best suited for your house and, more importantly, your budget. They're local. Their teams live and serve their community, and they're really dedicated to keeping their neighbors comfortable in their own homes. So if you got a home project you need taken care of, visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com and get started on that next project.
All right. Time now to go check out as we continue to go a myriad of opinions. It's game day.
Game day.
Yes. Can't wait. The only thing about Monday night is you got to wait all day.
I know. I'm planning. Do I take a nap? The 4 o'clock siesta nap?
All day. Yeah.
Hit the pub by like 6. Get a couple beers.
Dracula needs a nap.
Yeah.
This is your weather too. It's dark. It's dark early.
That's why I was energized this morning.
Yeah, you know, wonder why.
sun.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go to our man from the All PHLY Bird Show. He has a busy night ahead of him. Does such a great job on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Bo Wolf.
Our man on the ground, he's solid and sound. He's on the hunt for Eagles news. Handsome and astounds, clever and profound. We're talking Eagles with Bo Wolf.
Good morning, Bo. Happy game day. You're muted.
Oh, he was coming in hot, too.
You're muted.
Do it again.
You're muted still. You're muted. Muted. What is going on, Bo? It's a shame. He was coming in.
He had something
something to say.
Yes.
He looked runnerish.
He had some energy.
Harry,
Came right in.
He looked runnerish, like he was going to say something.
Take it from the top, Bo. Take
All
it
right?
from the top.
I look like it is. That's what he was headed for. Something profound was coming from Bo.
Yeah, he's telling us it's going to be a nice one today. Nice, convincing Eagles win. I think that's what he was going to say.
I'm excited, man. It's like, this is good football, man. The next couple of weeks between
this is it.
Eagles, Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers.
Black Friday Bears.
That's a good 5-game stretch.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Good football, man.
Yeah.
Real good football.
Not like the start of the season. That was brutal. I mean, this is tough, but I don't know. I feel like they're in a, maybe I'm just an idiot. I feel like they're in a really good place.
They are in a good place. I don't think you're an idiot for that. I look at really objectively. I think they're in a good spot. I don't know. I don't know how, my gut tells me a split the next 2 games, but if you win, you beat Green Bay tonight. I don't know. I mean,
You
as
come
much as
home.
I'm afraid of Detroit, because I like Detroit more than the brain does. You're at home Sunday night. They're going to lose at home Sunday night. And this team just doesn't lose. That's the one thing about this team, right?
You're telling me about a
Like
in the
they,
sports
they
god.
just don't lose.
Football
Like
guy.
that's the one thing about them, right? When they do lose, it's like what?
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Especially when everyone's playing. Jalen's playing, AJ's playing.
I got one Sixers thing while we wait for Tyler to get Bo up here. So, good win Friday night. Last night you lose.
Yeah.
All right, Detroit's good. But I got one question. Can Nick Nurse actually coach at the end of games?
What game are we on? What did I set the over-under at? Is when you're going to pick apart Nick Nurse?
I mean, can we actually have
we 9 games
a
in?
play at the end of a game? Am I asking too much to draw up something?
I don't think you're asking too much
I mean,
at all.
I
It
looked
seems
at the
pretty
one
sensible.
game where Grimes, at the end of the game, didn't want the shot. Embiid's not even expecting it. Gives him the ball. Like, what kind of draw up is that? I watched last night. Maxie never was struggling with it. Like, give me a play.
At the end?
Yes.
I didn't see the end.
My man, draw up a freaking play.
Maybe he does.
Dude.
Maybe they
I'm not a
improv.
Nurse fan. I'm not.
I know.
I'm not a Nurse fan.
You will be. You were.
Just like Oubre.
You were.
Where was your boy
You're
last night?
dying for
Yo,
Oubre.
Shaq.
You're dying for that Oubre game.
Where was he last night?
Yeah. Fire him up. He needs that fired up.
All right. Where
Yeah.
was he last
Yeah,
night?
Where were you?
Because I
Kelsey?
saw Jaden. I saw Doran.
Well, he's a
just-
player, man. He's a baller.
Okay. How about you grab a rebound on the defensive end?
But Doran's like
They got
6'11".
stop. They got crushed.
Isn't he 6'11"?
Crushed on the boards. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Kelly Oubre's
Play
not a
soft.
rebounder.
Play right. What do you do? Score 13 measly points. Yeah. Stop.
Rip him.
Stop.
Yeah.
You need toughness. All right, we got Bo. There he is.
Can you
Good
hear
morning,
me?
Bo. Come in hot.
Can you hear me?
You ready? On the Xfinity mobile call-in line, Bo Wolf.
How we doing? Can you hear me? It's game day.
Yes. Now,
You can't
Okay,
get
good.
more heat the first time
what did you
around.
have? You have something
Well,
profound?
we can't do it again. I can't.
From the top.
I was all excited about my new mic. I didn't come through.
Listen,
New mic.
Now
we're
I got
gonna
the
shoot
AirPods.
this thing.
Hopefully the Eagles game opening script doesn't turn out like this.
all right, but you can't tell. What was your opening line? Like, you can redo it, take two.
I'm just excited about my new mic.
I don't care about your mic.
The irony.
Let's go into that. Like, I'm fascinated by tonight. I'm fascinated. So where are you at with the game script?
In terms of what the Eagles are going to do on offense, like run heavy.
Yeah,
Yes.
like how does this thing play out? Like, because I see this as a Barkley game. Brain does not. Brain thinks I think it's an over. Barkley's total 76.
76 and a half, did he
Yeah.
say?
I think he goes over.
And both, what's interesting is both AJ and Devontae are around like 52 to 55 and a half, something like that, which, I think both are a little bit low to my eyes. It's so interesting because we saw them get back to doing what they wanted to do at the beginning of the season last week against the Giants, and the Packers defense can be had on the ground, on the edges, especially, right? That's where they're weak. That's where they've been weak this season. We saw it with the Panthers last week. So I think the Eagles are going to try to do that. But I also think they dialed some stuff up over the course of the bye week that they want to have in the passing game. So I think this is a game where they're going to try to have it both ways. But I think in the end, I'm with you. I think that they would like to get back to this being Saquon's team on offense.
I think that, it was interesting because EJ disagreed. EJ said that Jalen, by the end of the season, will be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, that's his big take. He's really riding that. He wants to be the one who owns that. So 2 months from now,
I say, here, brother, you can
pound
have
his
it
chest.
because I completely disagree with it.
I mean, I don't disagree with the idea that he can be in the conversation, because if this team is the number 1 seed in the NFC and he's the quarterback and he's only turned the ball over like 4 times over the year, then
but you don't
he
win an
deserves to be in
MVP
the conversation.
because you only throw 2 picks for a season.
I know.
God,
There's nobody
listen,
else that's really
you
like
win games.
jumping out there.
Like, again, you win games. That's where Jalen is. The gift of Jalen is in winning singular games, not numbers, not awards.
I agree with that. Do you think there's a chance, because I have been thinking about this? You know, they had that great game without AJ last time out, right? And obviously they're going to incorporate AJ, and that's still going to be a story going on. But I think there's a real case to be made that this offense should actually be Devontae's offense. And Devontae is the guy who gets funneled the ball and gets like 9-10 catches. You can move him around. He's the guy who is like really the focus of the passing game. And then AJ is your shot guy, and he can handle that role. And he doesn't want to play backseat to anybody. But I think there's a case to be made that for the betterment of the offense, that's kind of the way that it could look best.
Make him snap. Are you really trying to push AJ to a breaking point?
Oh my God. Listen,
He's going to snap anyway.
I totally see what you're saying. Like, I feel you, but like, let's cross that bridge next year when he's not here.
Yes.
Well, listen, if you focus on Devontae, then maybe that takes attention away from AJ, and then he gets those one-on-one matchups, and then it's symbiotic.
All right.
No,
I don't believe that.
It'll be chaotic.
Listen.
Yeah, but listen, what's ever going to be good enough? What's ever going to be good enough for AJ?
Okay, well,
right?
but that's not my concern right now. Like, my concern, like, I just want to win games. I want this to be Barkley's team. Like, I want Barkley to be back. I need the run game to be back, because I don't think that you're going to throw your way to a Super Bowl. I just don't see it. You're going to win with, you got to throw it, and you saw some pretty good games that Jalen had against the Giants and Vikings, and you're going to need that. But the soul of who you are is you're still a run team.
I think you have to be able to do both on a game-by-game basis, right? I mean, running the ball is what got the Eagles to the Super Bowl last year, and then passing the ball is what won them the Super Bowl.
No,
right?
it didn't.
So
no, it didn't.
The defense is what won it.
The defense won the game.
Absolutely.
But
they couldn't run the ball that game.
The idea that they threw, everybody, they threw the ball. Listen, they're up big. They took a couple deep shots and they hit on. That was it. Wasn't like when you watch offenses like the Rams, that's a throwing offense where there's 25 completions. Like, that's for 380 yards. That's what that is. This isn't that offense.
I think, to your point, when this passing game is looking dynamic, it's because it's playing off of the running game.
Right.
And so I think that is accurate. That's the way that the offense looked against the Giants is exactly what I think they want it to look like, where you are leaning on the run game, but you are also doing this under center play action. You are also doing the RPOs, and it's not just one thing every game. You're doing a little bit of everything because you've now repped it all. You can do it all. And Jalen's throwing the ball over the middle of the field, and Devontae's wide open, and Goddard's getting involved. Like, that is, last week, that was what it should look like.
100%. 100%. And
2 weeks
with him under center, there's play action works, guys are open. It plays into his throwing style, where he's never going to feel comfortable throwing guys open. So you need guys with a little separation. And with him under center, I think you get that.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I am glad that he seems to have embraced that as the season has gone on.
I think you got to give Petulo some credit too for helping Jalen feel comfortable with it.
Sure, and I'm sure the quarterback's coach as well. This is something they would have had to rep for a while. And listen, it's one of those deals where you put the game plan in, you rep it all week in practice, and then you have your meeting on a Friday or Saturday, and Jalen's like, okay, this is what I want to keep in. This is what I feel good about. I'm not feeling this so much. And maybe over the course of the season, the trust between the two of them improves to the point where Jalen can be like, oh, you know what? If you like that play, I'm willing to throw it.
So tonight, attacking the Packers defense, how do you see it? It's cold. It's going to be one of those nights, right? Feels like a slog kind of game, but I don't know. I mean, how do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love their corners, even though their pass defense numbers are not bad. I think a lot of that has to do with the pass rush. And again, I think they can be had on the ground on the edges. So to me, this is a game where the Eagles can win on the outside, both in the running game and the passing game. I don't think that Jalen's going to have a real problem throwing in the weather, right? I don't know if it's going to get too nasty, but I think they should be fine. And listen, I think you're right that they're going to want to run Saquon 20 times in this game if all goes well.
You see Jalen involved in a run game tonight?
I don't. And the reason is it's too clear that they have made a decision for whatever reason to not have Jalen be part of the running game right now. It could be Jalen's decision. It could be the organization's decision to keep him ready for down the stretch. But the numbers are too stark to make it very clear that is what is going on. And so I don't think they're going to all of a sudden do it coming out of the bye week in a cold weather game, getting ready for the stretch. It would have made sense before the bye week if you knew you had a rest coming. It doesn't make sense to me that they would all of a sudden bust that out now. I think that's more of like we'll see that in January type thing.
I think that's astute. I think it's a very astute observation. In fact, I originally liked Brains over Jalen 26.5.
Yes, you did.
Just because he can just always get that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, scrambles.
Right. And like that's kind of how it comes. But I think it's more of a bet than a lock. Like, because I agree with you, the designed runs aren't going to be there for him. And I do believe there is a conscious effort to him not being a part of the run game.
If you look at the numbers, shout out to Denis who has broken this down for us, but it's like, he's had 5 games this year with no quarterback design runs, and he had like fewer than 5 of those in the 3 seasons prior. Like, it is very clear that this is a conscious thing that they're doing right now. And I don't know when that's going to break. If it's more of a let's wait for the end
I
of the
just don't
season.
think Jalen's a fan of being involved in a run game anymore.
Yeah.
I
think that's fine. I mean, it makes the offense worse, no doubt about it. But it could be for serving the greater picture if it keeps him.
Yeah, I mean, here's the one thing: like if he's upright, because the last thing you want is a broken collarbone, like we've seen in the past, right? Like, God forbid. So as long as you can win, and Toth under center tonight, I like better than obviously a guard.
Yeah, we saw him on the move in that Giants game. Really impressive to see. And EJ has talked about this. A lot of the guys on the offensive line really make the case that like Toth, he is a center. That is what he is. That's what he does best. I know we've sort of talked about he's had some snapping issues in the past in shotgun and training camp, but that is where that's where his skill set is best suited. He's very smart, and so he's good at making the calls and diagnosing things pre-snap, and he's really good on the move, which we saw against the Giants. So yeah, if he's a guard and he's got an anchor and he's going up against a 340-pounder, that's going to be a bit of a difficult test for him. But at center, where he can be working on double teams and getting out in the open space, I think that's where he does his best work. Yeah,
I'm fascinated tonight on the defense and what it looks like now that Vic has toys, has optionality. I'm fascinated by what the defense looks like tonight. What does Phillips look like? Right? You got BG, our boy, who's going to play tonight. It's going to be
play tonight and then land at like 5 a.m. and come straight into the studio. Just outrageous.
He's the man.
Gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter should have a good game. The interior of their line, they've been jockeying players around in positions. This should be a game where he should feast a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a finesse offensive line for the Packers. I think the Eagles are going to come in on the defensive line trying to beat this group up.
What do you think Green Bay's game plan going to be? No Kraft. You want to try to run it with Jacobs, but you know. What do you think? How do you think they're going to do it? Get Jacobs involved short pass game?
Yeah, and I think, LaFleur is very good at, game planning misdirection stuff. And these are good linebackers the Eagles have. Maybe the best tandem of linebackers in the league, whoever is on the field with Zach Bond. But I think if you can open up the middle of the field, I think they can target Makuba. And there's no doubt that they're going to target whoever the other corner is on the outside. Whether it's Keely Ringo or Jacorian Bennett or anybody else, that person is going to have a neon target sign on their head as far as Jordan Love is concerned.
Yeah. I could see him a lot of base tonight, more base than usual.
Well, the Packers, it's tough because the Packers have played more like 12, 13 personnel than almost anybody in the league. But that was with Kraft.
Yeah.
And so now you wonder if they still do that because they still do have other tight ends they can get on the field with. It seems so endemic to what they want to be as a personality on offense. But there's a bit of a question about that as far as the Eagles predicting what they're going to see.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like you're down. Let's say Golden plays because he's questionable with the shoulder. You're going to have Golden, Watson, Dobbs, right? Like some sort of rotation because they're already down. I don't know if Wicks is going to play. He's on the injury report too. You're already down Jaden. So Kraft. I mean, I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, here you go.
Well, here's my thing. I think if you keep the Eagles in base, you're doing them a favor. Just think about where this team is strong. They're strong up the middle.
I know.
And if you can get more defensive backs on the field for the Eagles, if you can get them in nickel and dime, I think that's better.
I mean, that's what you want to try to do.
Offense.
But I think they're built without Jaden Reed and Kraft. I don't know. I mean, you're lacking your receiver depth.
Yeah, you're right. I do feel like we talked about this earlier in the week, or I guess last week. This is a game that Packers have circled. And they're coming off a loss. I feel like if they lose this game, that they're going to be in pretty dire straits. Just the way that they got beat up in both of those games last year, getting to play at home, obviously coming off the loss. I feel like this is a special game plan type night for Matt LaFleur, but the Eagles have more talent. So I am very excited to watch this game and just see how it all plays out.
All right, my boy, prediction. What do you got?
I don't know. Everybody's taking the Eagles. Packers are favored. I think I'm going to take the Packers.
They're not favored anymore. The line's all the way down to a pick.
Is it? It dropped 2.5 over the last 24 hours? Huh. I don't know. I gotta sleep on it. I still got more. I gotta wait. I gotta think about it more.
You got a nap on it?
Of course I'm gonna take a nap today.
Smart.
I don't
we
know
got
if
the
I
post game
like,
show. I'm gonna get home.
I got to sleep on it. Bo Wolf.
I'm gonna get home at 2 a.m. tonight if I'm lucky, and then I got to be there at like 6:30 for BG in the morning. You think I gotta take a nap?
Dude, there's a couch right here, cuz.
Well, you know what? That
You
might
might
not
as
be
well
a
stay
bad
over.
idea. If it weren't
You
for
and the mice. Get cozy. Get cozy with the mice.
Me and Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah. All right, brother. Good stuff, man. Enjoy the game. We'll be watching tonight all the festivities. What time do your pregame?
Kickoff show, I believe 7:45 with Jamie. We've got Vinny Curry joining for the postgame show as well, and EJ, even though he's not there, is going to be part of the discussion one way or another. So we look forward to it.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll be watching. Thanks, my brother. Love you, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
There he is, Bo Wolf on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Take care of some business, and then it's a Murphy Monday. And Dave had a great column talking about Jalen as a passer in the cold weather. Mm-hmm. So we'll, what's that smirk?
Nothing.
You got a smirk.
It's just Murph being Murph. You know?
All right. Well, we'll dissect it coming up. But first, let's take care of some business here.
Let's talk some jerky.
I love the jerky.
Been eating jerky all weekend.
By the way, the best righteous felon flavor is the habanero. I love this spicy habanero.
Surprise, surprise. You like the spicy habanero. Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah. Couldn't see that coming. But anyway, if you're craving the perfect snack that satisfies your hunger and provides the right amount of protein to fulfill your body's daily needs, well, Righteous Felon, it's where you got to go. The Exton, PA-based company, they've been making all-natural, premium quality, better-for-you meat snacks for over a decade. They've evolved into the region's preeminent jerky brand. Their jerky and sticks are sold in favorite retailers like Wawa, where they're actually running 2 bags for $10. Best value you'll see anywhere deal on the jerky right now. But you can also get their jerky at Giant, Costco, Royal Farms, thousands of other independent stores. And what makes Righteous Felon so cool is they fuel your favorite Philly athletes. Their nutritionists work with the pro teams to provide jerky and sticks for players to eat before and after workouts and as a refueling during the games. So if Righteous Felon jerky and sticks are good enough to keep the Phillies pro athletes performing at the top level of their game,
Protein!
Gotta be good enough for you, us average Joe Schmoes. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes to deal and you want snacks delivered to your house, you can order online at righteousfelon.com using the code PHLY20 for 20% off. They got all kinds of cool variety packs and bundles on the site. It's also the perfect gift for a meat snack lover if you know any. So again,
I mean, stocking stuffer of jerky?
yeah,
What?
It's all right. The discount code is PHLY20 for 20% off your order on righteousfelon.com.
Love it. Love it. All right, let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Yeah. Here we go. Birds in Green Bay tonight. Under the lights, live bet while you watch tonight on the Bet Parks app. All right. Special triple the spread offer on tonight's game.
Triple the spread offer?
Triple the spread. You get the Birds plus 7.5 tonight.
Oh, man.
Look at 7.5.
That's a slam dunk.
Triple the spread.
I'm down with that.
BetParks.com has all the details on this triple the spread offer for tonight.
Love it.
That's amazing. Check it out. Triple the spread. Tonight's game against Green Bay. Birds on the road at Green Bay. Plus, you can bet more than just score. Touchdowns, passing, rushing yards, you name it. Here you go. $25 on Devontae to score a touchdown. Pays $45. Nice. $25 on AJ. Pays $38.75.
I like that better.
$25 on Dallas Goddard. Pays $58.75.
Now we're talking. Hey.
How about it? Plus, new users can get up to $1,000 casino bonus back, plus 250 free spins on the new slot game, Tree Wishes.
Tree Wishes.
Tree Wishes.
I like it.
A Bet Parks exclusive.
Nice. I was playing Gobblers Going Wild. Getting
Tree
turkey.
Wishes for you.
Tree Wishes.
1, 2, tree. Yeah, got to be 21 in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. BetParks.com is the details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line to suss out tonight's major matchup, our man, David Murphy. Murphy.
It's time for our man, David Murphy.
Good morning, Murph.
Morning.
See you in Green Bay with the snow.
As you can see, I'm here in Green Bay, preparing for tonight's game. Figured I would stand outside LAMBEAU Field and give you guys a live shot.
I love that look. That is such a great look. It's fantastic. That's really cool.
I'm actually in a hotel room, and there's like no good angle in a hotel room, so I figured I'd find a background image for Greg.
No, it's great. It's the background. It works. It just works. It's fantastic.
Well, I know Greg's really worried about the cold tonight, so.
I'm not worried about the cold.
What is it?
Well, I wasn't until I read your piece.
I know. I saw your smirk.
So what is it outside? What's it feel like?
I mean, it feels like I haven't looked at the real feel, but yesterday it was 25 degrees, and but it feels even worse when you come from 60-degree Delaware County, where the leaves are a changing, and I was outside digging holes in a short sleeve shirt, and didn't even think to check the weather forecast before I left, and on my way out the door, I was like, I should probably bring a coat just in case. So I brought my midweight autumn jacket, and it did not stand up to the elements yesterday.
Yeah, man. It's not that this is extraordinarily cold for Green Bay standards, because obviously in January, February, but it's the first shock of the cold.
Exactly.
That's what gets you.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, I think too much is made out of cold weather usually. I mean, we all know what happened in 2003 with the Bucs after a week of kind of doomsaying about the cold. But I do think I'm interested to see how Jalen responds, because I feel like, just anecdotally, he's never looked like he has thrived when the conditions are less than ideal. But it's also not a big sample size, so I think we're going to see. I don't know. I think I'm not a Jordan Love guy.
My man.
I think this Packers team is. I don't think they're a real contender. I think the Eagles will have nothing to worry about if they run into them in the postseason. It just feels like a spot to me. I don't know, and I could be completely wrong, but I think I'm fixating on the line. I mean, it was curious to me that the Packers opened up as 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, and then you're bringing up the ghost of 2022, a Chicago game at Soldier Field where it was cold. I mean, he's a different quarterback than he was in 2022.
Well, we'll find out, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the game he got hurt.
Yeah, he was never right. He was never the same after that game, was he?
Yeah, he got hurt in that game. I don't know. Did you look at all his
Commanders game when it was really cold?
Yeah, did you look at the cold weather games? I haven't really looked into.
I did. There was just not a big sample. That Chicago game was the coldest. I think it was 17 degrees at kickoff. Which, come on. I mean, that's cold for anybody. And then the Commanders game, where he only attempted 4 passes before he left, I think that was the second coldest. And then the Giants game at the end of 23, that was up there. And then that's interspersed with the Steelers game of last year, which was I think 37. But again, it's like.
And then in the playoffs, it was cold last year. You had a snow game.
Yeah,
it got warm for Washington, but
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's. I don't think the cold will be necessarily the difference. It's really, I think, wind is usually what the quarterbacks say will get you more than anything. I'm just I'm interested to see what happens. It's a tough spot. The one non-division team has beaten the Packers, I think, at Lambeau Field in a night game in like the last 7 years or something like that. It's just like you said, it's a shock. It's a shock when you get there, and it's just a totally different season out here.
Well, listen, to your point, the matchup wise, and I kind of agree with you when you said, if you see this team in the playoffs at Lincoln Financial Field, you're not concerned, you're not quaking, but it is a spot. The only thing that worries me tonight is more that they're the desperate team.
Yeah, I agree. I think honestly, a lot of it, I think I'm just backfilling because Vegas usually knows what they're doing, and the fact that they made the Packers a 2.5-point favorite with the Eagles coming off a bye, and I know the line's, I think, down to 1.5 now, but
it's actually a pick now.
Is it really? All right. Well, then, hey, late money on the birds, baby.
The adjustment, they made the right adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Eagles. The Eagles are. This is a spot where Sirianni has always thrived. I mean, if you look at the games, they've really won pretty much anytime they've had a game like this. If we're considering it this game, they'll drop one to the Giants. They'll, the Broncos, they'll fluke away a game, but kind of every spot that we've seen them in over the last since the end of that 23 season, they come through in these games. I mean, they're 5-0 when they're 4-0 when they're underdogs. Over the last couple of years, and Sirianni gets them ready for these games. So every rational bone in my brain says that they should win this game tonight, and I think that.
Dude, I feel the same way. I could create the boogeyman kind of feel like, Green Bay's desperate and this and that, but when I look at it, they win. That's what they do. These games, you just said it. These games, they win. The quarterback has the DNA of a winner. He knows how to win games. I don't care about MVPs and stats and all this other nonsense. He wins games. They win these type of things. Sirianni, to your point, gets them ready. They're always prepared. You got Vic, so you got Fangio, the coaching staff. They just win these types of games.
Yeah, and even it's interesting because like even if I'm just going off the top of my head now, but even if you think back to 2023, the games that they actually lost they had already weathered the storm that season. That game, it felt like once they once Hurts outgunned Josh Allen down the stretch in that game, it seemed like that was they're just going to coast until the playoffs, and then it's Arizona, Seattle.
Right, just got weird. Right,
just like it was like, but the like show me games, they've just always showed up for them, and I actually think I don't know, I would qualify this given the fact that it's Lambeau, it's the Packers who have the first or second best defense in the NFL, depending on how you compare them to Denver. But I think that they're a tier below. I think the Rams and the Lions are the only two teams that are kind of like serious. They're the only two teams where you look at it and you're like, all right, maybe it's a coin flip if the Eagles play them. Where I think the Packers kind of are in that next tier where you would expect. Do
you put Seattle in that top tier, or do you put them in the second tier?
I have to see more of them. I'll tell you what, Darnold looks. I was just amazed watching him. I forget what game it was. It was probably a primetime game. I was amazed by. I mean, he looks like a different quarterback. I mean, he's but he's also the kind of guy where once you get pressure around him, he can't really adjust on the fly. So, and I don't know how good that defense is, relative to the Eagles and the Packers and the Lions. So right now I would put Seattle in that second tier with Green Bay, but I'm open at least.
I think
the coach is great.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I do think we talk about Green Bay being a desperate team. For the Eagles, going into Detroit 7-2 as opposed to 6-3, you're 6-3, tough game. Even though you should win at home, you don't want to be 6-4, right? Like then it's the season takes a whole different kind of turn and twist. Right, going into Dallas, like the whole thing. So, as much as I could totally see Green Bay winning at halftime tonight, and the Eagles making a comeback and winning the game, a tight one. I mean, that's kind of how I think it's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, they did the one game, besides that Giants kind of fluke, the one game they lost was against the one defense that, at least statistically, is better than Green Bay. So, and I think the Rams right now probably rank top 4 or 5 across the board defensively, and that's the other game where they almost fell. So, I guess that's the one thing you could look at where maybe this Packers defense is just playing at a level where they can win the game, and then it comes down to a turnover here or there, but. Yeah, I'm so not a Jordan Love guy that kind of colors every kind of impression I have of the Packers. I mean, I think back to that Dallas game in the playoffs where he was just lights out. Now again, you had Cowboys defensive backs falling down, on deep routes, but for a guy who has that kind of game in him, he makes some of the just some of the wildest throws mechanically. He's like one of the most messed up quarterbacks mechanically. And it just leads to this inconsistency where I just could never see him winning 3 straight games in the playoffs to get to a Super Bowl,
Can I talk about this Packers defense? I'm looking at the schedule. All right, they beat the Lions the first week, caught the Lions sleeping. Then they've played the Commanders, the Browns. They had a tie with the Cowboys, gave up 40 points. And they played the Bengals, the Cardinals, the Steelers, the Panthers. They haven't played really. The Dallas is probably the best offense they played outside of that Lions game. They've played trash. So I don't know. These stats sound like they might be inflated due to the teams they're playing.
Yeah, I think I think that's a great point. You know, I think this is we'll find out. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, you're right. That 40-40 Cowboys game really kind of threw a wrench in the narrative about the Packers defense. But I think just
they don't have a lot of playmakers. I mean, other than Micah. I mean, let's face it, right? Like,
yeah, the secondaries. I don't know how great the secondary is. I mean, Alexander was always the guy that kind of solidified that group, and that has not been the case for a few years. So, yeah, I'm interested in kind of watching them up close on that side of the ball.
Yeah. Have you heard the new hit song? You might like it. They see you're a big fan of Jordan Love. There's a new hit song climbing up the charts right now.
Play for him. Play for him.
This dude drops back slow. The second there's some pressure, he forgets where he should throw. He slips, he trips, tossing interceptions like he's scared to take some hits. He's overrated. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated QB Jordan Love. Overrated.
What do you think?
That's like, was that a Johnny Cash B-side? I'm with you, man. Me and you we're on the same wavelength. He's like, remember in Varsity Blues where Mox throws the football and hits the mascot and he like knocks him off the quarterback? Like Jordan Love makes 3 or 4 throws unintentionally like that per game, where it's just like, what are you doing, man? He looks like Kirkering throwing home sometimes, where it's just like he's got perfect protection, and then all of a sudden it's like the ball slips out of his hands and it almost kills the side judge.
Yeah, I don't see that. I see more erratic at times. Like when he's hot, dude. I mean, he'll throw mouse hole. He makes mouse hole throws. Like he can look really good. They have these weird spells, like against Carolina, where and even you look at LaFleur, who I think is a really good coach, but they come out and they're flat and they're not executing. They're not prepared. He gets a little antsy, and like he went for it early in the fourth quarter on a 4th and 8, which I thought he was pressing.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about LaFleur, to be honest with you, because like you said, there's games where they look, they look like they're operating like the Colts have been operating this year, where it's just, mechanical and methodical and boom, 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 can't be stopped. But then it just feels like he's a coach where I don't know how many big spots he's actually won in, I know they pushed the Niners a couple years ago, but I just don't have they don't have a ton of signature victories. I mean, just look at how they've done against the Eagles, where it just seems like Sirianni and the Eagles are always at the advantage in that game, where I don't feel the same way about a guy like McVay, where McVay is the opposite, where it's just you're always going to get their best. And kind of speaking of that, I think that's the other. I don't know if we've seen. It'll be interesting to see how the Eagles defense has grown since that Rams game, given that Josh Jacobs is a little bit like Kyron Williams, and the run schemes are a little bit at least of the same lineage. I guess that's the one curious thing about this Eagles defense over the past couple of years is we've seen there have been random games where all of a sudden they're just getting gashed, and it's crazy because they're one of the best statistically run defenses in the league, but like that Kyron game, it was just like very weird watching him in that first half kind of do what he did. So I guess I'm just looking for ways because I think the Eagles are on such a different level than the Packers. I'm kind of like looking for ways where if they do lose, how will it be?
Yeah, I got so nuts I spilled my coffee because I could totally see the same thing. I guess what I'm looking at more is what tonight's going to be offensively, right?
Yeah.
Like I want to see Barkley tonight. Like I want to see. I know we talk about EJ was talking about throwing the ball and the whole. I just want to see Saquon. I think if you can run the ball, you're going to be fine. Like, because you could always throw it off the run. That's how they're built. So Green Bay's vulnerable to the outside run. And I want to see them go out and run the ball to the outside zone.
Yeah, well, I mean, you remember, I don't think it was maybe 2 years ago, where again, maybe I'm getting old, so I'm conflating my years. I don't know if it was, maybe I'm thinking back to the Doug era, or maybe it was Sirianni a couple of years ago, where they went into Green Bay and ran the ball. Do you know what game I'm talking about?
That was Doug, and that was a Thursday night short week, and the Eagles won in stunning fashion.
Yeah.
They ran the ball down the Packers' throats, and Jeffrey Lurie, it came out later in Jeff McClain's piece that Jeffrey was upset with that game because they ran the ball, didn't throw it.
Was that all the way back in 2019?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But yes, that's the kind of game you're talking about you want to see, where it's like they must have run the ball 45 times that game. I think Jalen only had 120 yards passing or something like that. But yeah, I'm with you. Like that's the kind of game, it's almost like the kind of game where if Tank Bigsby doesn't have 11 carries, they're not running the ball enough because you don't want Saquon carrying it 40 times. It definitely feels like that kind of game that you want to see tonight, and it would be great. It would be a morale booster, given we haven't really seen that out of the Eagles' offensive line. You think back to that. I don't know if it was the Vikings or the Falcons last year, a couple of years ago, where Kelsey was still on the team. So they ran the ball like 12 straight times at one point, and just went from like the 10-yard line down to the goal line and scored. And you haven't really seen that as much this year out of that team. And I think that tonight would be a great night to see it.
Hey, Tyler gives me this little nugget. The Eagles ran the ball 33 times in that game, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who the leading rusher was?
Ooh, 2019.
Yes. That's an awesome nugget, Tyler. I forgot he was on this team.
Who is he?
I don't know.
Initials JH.
Who?
Jordan Howard was the leading rusher in the game. Wow. That's a great nugget, Ty. Bot comes up with a good nugget.
Yeah, he does.
But I think they probably had like 3 guys carry the ball.
I mean, they ran the ball 33 times for over 200 yards. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's see that. That'd be great. Just aim it right at Micah, Just make a statement.
What's your day like today? Leading up to the game.
I'm all thrown up. I'm staying in Milwaukee. I flew into Chicago yesterday. Drove up to Milwaukee, and now I will be Jeff McClain and I will be driving up to the Great White North around 2 p.m. So it's going to be mostly just chilling out, kind of doing a little prep work because it's the night game and kind of having that was actually, I'm going to sit down after I get off the air and dive back into that game in 2019 because you know how it is on deadline. That's the kind of thing where that could be a relevant thing tonight. So
I would have a file with all these things in there written, and then I could kind of cut and paste to help.
But I think I'll probably also, 4 hours. I'll probably actually go back and watch some of Green Bay's last few games, just because I'm interested to see. They're one team I don't really have a good feel for, kind of who they are. I feel like I've watched probably 75% of the Rams, plays this year. I've watched the Colts a lot. Not that they're as relevant, but the Packers I haven't really seen. I haven't really watched them closely, a ton of them.
So are you guys staying in Milwaukee tonight? You'll drive back after the game?
Yeah. Green Bay, there's not a lot of hotels up there.
I know.
And it's,
you got to stay in Appleton, which is like my best buddy, Vinny, right? Was the only Vinny in all of Wisconsin. Lived in Appleton, Wisconsin. So I lived in Chicago. I used to drive like all the time to Green Bay. And when you've been in Milwaukee, it's like 2.5 hours from Milwaukee to Green Bay. like 2:45. And I used to make that drive all the time. Oh my God.
I actually got a great story. So when I interned for Spuds back in college, I was.
Oh, wait, real quick. Hold the story. I want to hear it. We're in overtime, OT, overtime in the city. Make sure you like and all of our stuff. All right, we appreciate it. Like, comment away. I'm sorry, guys. So you're an intern for Spadaro.
Yeah, and we were on the charter flight, with the team, and they played in Green Bay. It might have been a preseason game. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, all the hotels in Appleton, which is where the team stay, were booked because of like some like convention or something like that. And they ended up staying, the Philadelphia Eagles, a professional football team. We stayed I think it was a Holiday Inn in Neenah, Wisconsin. Now it was a big, bigger hotel of that variety, but it was a Holiday Inn in Neenah, Wisconsin.
No, there's no Marriott's in that whole neck of the woods.
And Neenah is famous for if you look at I want to call them hubcaps, but the things in the ground where the utilities go, what are they called? Manholes?
Manhole covers?
They're like they manufacture manhole covers. Like if you walk around, America and look at manhole covers, it will say Neenah, Wisconsin a lot of times on it. So anyway, it felt like northern exposure. Like you're going into this, you've got this NFL football team going into this rinky-dink kind of town in this rinky-dink hotel. And I just remember down the street, there was a corner bar where it was like, you walked in and you knew you were like north of the wall. It was like everybody had some level of beard and
dude, they're an interesting bunch, man. They are heavy, it's beer, their cheese curds, that's real. And Wisconsin, and they all talk like that, brats, special sauce. It's an interesting part of the world.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So that's I love coming up. I love coming up here. It's God's country, but I'm very interested to see how it goes.
All right, last thing, give us your prediction for tonight. Kind of how you feel it. What are you feeling, and how it's going to go?
I mean, like I said, my head tells me the Eagles should win this game, but for whatever reason, I got a feeling. So I'm going to go Packers. Let's go Packers 12, Eagles 9.
12-9.
With two safeties.
Listen, be safe driving out there. All right. Have some fun. All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, buddy.
I hope you guys don't have YouTube TV because that's pretty wild, right?
I'm a Comcast man. I'm Xfinity all the way.
Same.
You got it. So it's hopefully everyone gets to see the game one way or another.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. The great David Murphy, Murph. No, I'm Xfinity, so I don't have anything to worry about.
Same. It's nice.
Yeah. I got my multi-view.
I see all my friends buying the antennas. You can get the $10
antenna.
antenna.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I got my multi-view. I'm Xfinity. That's the way it is. All right. We got some nugs, and then we got some B and C line.
Let's do the B and C line first.
You want to do the B and C line first?
Yeah.
All right. Who do we have there? Okay. Because we got a couple people waiting on the B and C line that we'll get to. All right. But then I want to do a couple of nugs.
All right.
All right. Get them out of the way. As I'm thinking about this thing, I think they're going to win. But I think it's going to be like a 24-20 kind of game.
You're sniffing around my prediction.
23-20.
You're sniffing around.
Somewhere around that. That's kind of how I'm feeling it.
All right, we got a guest.
All right. Who's our guest? There he is. Oh,
What up,
you never
guys?
fail. Black,
What up?
gritty.
What up? I missed you, baby. How you been, cuz?
It's a big game, right? And I go,
It's gonna be cold out there, cuz I got a couple. Hold on, let me get these blankets off. I got too many. Oh, cuz cuz it's cold. I'm gonna keep the Snuggie with me. But go ahead. What you saying? It's so cold because they said it's gonna be 23 degrees. You know what I mean? I'm too big to crack out there, cuz. You know what I mean? I got to stay snuggled up, brother. How you been, cuz?
I'll tell you, with it being a big game, I said, you know what's been missing for these big games? Black gritty. I need some black gritty in my life.
I missed you on opening day. I was out running these streets with a lady, and then we was winning, so I didn't want to mess up the mojo. But on the bye week, I'm back, baby.
Let's do it.
Jalen Hurts MVP. Sam Darnold ain't played nobody. Drake Mayo, hell no. He got the easiest schedule in the world. And he lucked up and beat the Bills, who had the second easiest schedule in the world, and they just lost to the Dolphins. And you talk about my quarterback can't be MVP. He was second, and if he didn't get hurt, he would have been MVP. So don't tell me he ain't in range in the league, because wins is what matters, because you right. I ain't worried about Saquon. I want to see the tank rolling through Lambeau. I'm sorry, Saquon. I appreciate your service. But when I see Tank hit the line and drag 5 people, Saquon's still trying to shoot and juke and do all this stuff. He had a good game, but watch Tank. Tank averaging like 7 every time he touches it. Let me roll that Tank down Lambeau Field and then smack him up with Saquon on the side. You've been talking crazy because it's a passing and a running team with a little bit of defense sprinkled in. You saw Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. He won Super Bowl MVP. Don't tell me. I know one thing. We didn't run to win the Super Bowl. I know that much, because don't make me tell you what you've been doing wrong all day long, like I ain't watching you out here in these streets. I miss you, baby. But guess what? We going to Lambeau. I'm going to put my stuff back on. We going into Lambeau, and we going to tell them hell no. Rain, hail, sleet, or snow. You know what Jalen said. The Eagles are trained to go. Lambeau leap now, son. It's going to be the Lambeau week. Your tears going to be froze to their face. That little wackadoodle cheese going to be stuck like it's from Geno's. You know Geno's don't use the greatest cheese. But it's going to be all waxed up on their foreheads, and we're going to embarrass them on Monday night. Now, cuz, I heard you say you got the Xfinity, and the way my TV set it, the way my YouTube and my Disney, if I could just come over and sit with you and the boys, I might enjoy myself. I'll bring your primo, baby. Let your nephew come watch the show with you and hang out with you, because we're going to get this George W. 3117, cuz invite me over. VG, tell him to invite me.
I'll tell you what, you can watch the game from the window outside. So
I got the blankets. That's cool. Just set me up with a little chair. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
I got a chair for you. You can.
I put the binoculars on, cuz. I put the binoculars on. It might be strange in your neighborhood with a black man creeping in your window. I'm just saying, somebody might have to get me a notice and or sign. But I'm willing to do it, cuz, because I need to watch the birds fly high over Lambeau Hill. I miss you, baby. Go birds!
Go birds! Black gritty. Oh my God.
Lambeau weep.
He had some great lines in there. Lambeau weep, the wax cheese. He's right about the wax cheese. That whiz on the paper, like I remember getting Tito steak, right, years ago, right? And the wax and the whiz is stuck to the wax paper, right?
Yeah.
And it's cold. And it just coagulates where it's like, it's this, you can't get it off. Like, that's exactly what he's talking about. He's always got great props. My God.
Yeah, he's got
that
great
is
energy.
Absolutely fabulous.
You got to get him a heater, though. You can't let him sit outside your house without a heater of some sort.
No, he's got blankets. That's why I figured that.
We got somebody else for you guys. You interested? Another call?
I am interested. Who do we got?
Yeah.
There he is. This is my man. Now, listen, Fifth Dad comes over. He gets a spot next to me.
Oh, man, that ain't right.
Yes.
That ain't right.
Yes.
I was going to say, you going to bump my boy
Fifth
BG
Dad,
out?
I move Anthony and Moss to the other side. I let Fifth Dad sit right next to me.
That ain't right.
What's up, my
What's
brother?
going on, guys?
Good to see you, buddy. How you feeling about
same.
tonight?
I feel great. Listen, you can't have me following Black Gritty, okay? I just sent him a text. I said, how do I follow up that energy? That he talks about
the Lambeau weep. My man is
Oh,
good.
my
The
goodness.
blankets. He looked great. He's such a talented kid, man. I love that dude.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good. I love his energy. No, I feel great about tonight. Listen, we had two weeks off, 2 weeks in a day. And we always come out of the bye ready to go. You said it earlier on in the show that he always has his boys ready to go. And I feel like it's going to be one of those games. I'll give my prediction now, 31-17, same thing as Black Gritty. The exact same score. I'm not even kidding. I feel like it's going to be one of those games that it feels like it's starting to get away from us in the first. It doesn't look good in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden, they just put it together. The runs start coming. Tank Bigsby breaks off one. Saquon breaks off
both the guys are on the tank.
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, man.
Tank rolling through Lambeau.
Well, remember the year that we had, who was it, LeGarrette Blount? And it just it started to feel like one of those years that we start putting it together. And I think that the coaching staff is going to be like, guys, we have all this talent on this team. Why are we not using this? Honestly, like, let's get the run game going. Let's run this ball down their throat. Their guys are hurt. We're getting healthier. There's no reason we shouldn't absolutely steamroll this team, in my opinion. They don't scare me. The Packers never scare me. I was one of the biggest fans of Jordan Love when he first came out. And he, since that first year that he started, I just haven't seen consistency enough to be like, oh, I'm scared of this guy. You know what I mean? Like Matthew Stafford, when you play Matthew Stafford, you know what you're going to get. He's going to slice and dice you. Jordan Love, you're either going to get 17 completions in a row or you're going to get the most erratic QB play. And I just feel like going into this game, our run game is going to be on point. AJ is going to have a game. AJ is going to have a game.
Yeah, you're feeling AJ. I like that.
AJ. He's about to have a game. I think AJ goes off for like 120. Devontae has 2 tutties. And our running backs are the ones that end up getting us a lot of those like first downs. They're gonna be hard fought first downs. But I think they're gonna have to have Tank blocking a lot of those pass plays, and they're gonna need his protection. With Micah out there, they're gonna need. I just feel like this is gonna be a well put together game after the first quarter.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
I like what you're feeling. I like what you're feeling.
Fit Dad. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's like, oh, the NFC is gonna get away from the Eagles. These teams look so good. We're gonna come out and we're gonna look just as good, if not better, as some of these teams that played this weekend.
Look, I can see that. It's their time. It's their turn for a statement, right? Like you saw Seattle, you saw the Rams, you saw the Lions. Now the Eagles can make that statement tonight.
And I don't think it's going to – everyone's like, oh, this is a hellish stretch coming up and blah, blah, blah. Listen, this Packers team doesn't scare me. This Lions team just looked like crap the week before, and they played a team that was primed and ready for a loss. None of these teams in this NFC scare me because I feel like we're all right on the same level at this point. None of us have really made a statement where, you know, the Rams look good, the Lions look good, and then next week they get beat by the – freaking Jaguars. Like, come on, like this is you can't come out and say like there's these top tier teams when it's really just top tier certain players. It's not a full team play. So I think that we're still primed and we're still gonna take that number 1 spot.
I love it. I love it. Fit Dad, what would you like tonight for the menu?
Oh man, I just love some good wings. I want some good wings. It's funny. I was just we were just coming back from Orlando over the weekend, and we stopped at Chickies and Pete's because we had to wait for our luggage. And I grabbed some wings, and I ate them yesterday while I was watching the Sunday night game. And I'm like, I just want this Eagles game to be here, so I can enjoy some wings and have a beer and just like sit back and watch my team win. So yeah, definitely gonna have some wings tonight. Definitely gonna have a beer or 3. So yeah, I'll be good.
I love it. I love it, bro. I'll have it ready for you, buddy. Right next to me.
All right, man.
Thanks, Fit Dad. Good to see you, buddy. There he is, Fit Dad. We love him.
I love seeing these guys coming out and hopping on.
This is the best. I love it. All right. What do we got?
Do a couple nugs?
Yes.
All right, let's do a couple nugs.
BT's nuts. Nuts. It's just time for BT's nuts. BT's nuts.
Wait, because Uncle Frank, is Uncle Frank there? No. He's not there? He can't figure it out?
Talking trash on the text board and he can't come on?
He doesn't understand it.
Wow, that makes sense.
He's trying to figure out the way to zoom in.
Yeah.
He's done it before.
He's like Uncle Leo in Seinfeld. He's old. He's confused.
No, but he's done it before. Remember when he was in the car?
Yeah, I remember we had to make him pull over. He's driving around with his dog. Yeah.
I thought he would be following up Black Gritty and Fit Dad.
No, we got some time. We got a couple dogs to get through. Come on, Uncle Frank.
All right, what do we got?
All right, I don't like those Packers, and I don't like Jordan Love, but this list of NFC North quarterbacks since 1992 with a minimum of 10 games played is pretty nuts. The list, Green Bay's got 3. that have played a minimum of 10 games. Look at the amount of quarterbacks the other 3 teams have. And it goes on below that little the border we have. It goes far below
I
that.
can see it. Oh, my God.
The Vikings have, like 5 more.
That's insane.
Pretty wild, right?
That is insane, man.
All those dudes play 10 games or more.
Yeah, I mean, you remember, like, all those, I mean, the Lions and the Bears historically have never had quarterbacks, other than Stafford for the Lions, right? They've always struggled at quarterbacks. The Bears can never get it right. Never.
They are like the NFC version of the Browns.
Yeah, they can never get a quarterback, and it's amazing that, Favre and Rodgers.
And the Vikings, Randall, Warren Moon, they got a lot of old guys at the end. Warren Moon,
Yeah,
Randall
they had the
Cunningham,
Tommy
Jeff
Kramer.
George, Cole Pepper,
Gus
Farrat, Favre.
Wow, Gus Farrat was there too.
Crazy.
Rodgers. I mean, it's unbelievable. That is a great
wild list. This is similar. This is a testament to the Eagles and how he does it. There's a chart that's got where the Eagles have started their career, and they're almost all drafted.
That's huge.
The
Look
amount
at
that are homegrown on the starting 11 on each side, it's just you have like 5 people who aren't Eagles when they start.
That's amazing.
It's wild.
Yeah, AJ. I mean, of all the best players, really only AJ.
You got Saquon, AJ.
Well, Saquon,
and Jahan Dotson, Jalen Phillips, Zach Bond.
That's wild. But even Bourne, though. Bourne, I would argue, was made here. Like,
yeah, because he was kind of a nobody
when
they got him.
Like Saquon and AJ were legit stars. It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Daniel Jones yesterday turned into a crazed man. Did you see this image of him? He got popped in the face at the bottom. He's got, I know it's hard for you, he's got crazy eyes and his mouth and lips are all bloody. He looked like a zombie out there on the field yesterday.
Daniel Jones.
And this is a heads up.
Listen, that was a big win for them.
Yeah.
Because I liked Atlanta. Atlanta came down and scored. And, they get the 2-point conversion, and then they came back. The field was a great game, actually, in Berlin.
Atlanta's a weird team. Sometimes they just totally blow, and then sometimes they're competitive.
Like, you got Bijan and Pitts.
And Algier having
Drake
a game.
London, and right? And I don't know. I've always been a Penix fan, so I like Penix. But you're right. Like, they have these, like the Packers, they'll have these games where they just don't show up.
So I don't know if anyone can order this day of. I found a jacket that would be perfect for tonight's game. It's just perfect for life in general. It's a jacket totally filled with beer with a straw that comes out of like the inside pocket.
Can you get this past security? Can you take this into the game?
This is like the most amazing. I want to roll down to a tailgate like next week, Monday or Sunday night, and just have a jacket full of beer. His face while he's.
So this is unbelievable. How much beer? Do you have any information?
No, I don't have any information on how much beer it holds, but it looks like a lot. It's got to be at least a 12-pack.
Look at that. It looks like a good beer, too. Like, it looks like
it's like the Tsingtao beer. I don't know if that's a jacket that they actually put out, that company beer.
Well, that's fabulous, man. Look at that. I can totally see you wearing that.
Dude, I would love to wander around the Jetro lot with that on. Yeah. Hey, I just want to give a heads up. I put a late photo in on the Slack channel. I don't know if he's got it yet, but let's give a shout out to Mel Bridgman. Passed this weekend, and I don't know. I liked him when I was a kid.
He had the big mustache.
Yeah, captain, wore the C for a few years.
He was tough.
Yeah, he was the number 1 overall pick, and they got it the year after they win the Stanley Cup. They get the number 1 overall pick, and they get it by trading Bill Clement and Don McLean to Washington, and that gets you the number 1 pick back then.
That was like the Sixers did the same thing with the trading to the Cavaliers. They traded a guy named Terry Furlow, who actually wound up passing away.
Remember that name?
He wound up passing away in a car accident. It was horrible. But they had, so if that's why the Sixers had the number 5 and number 10 pick after they won the title in 1983.
Who'd they get with those picks?
They got Barkley and they got Leon Wood.
Oh, man. Later did he become a referee?
That's where, he was a referee. That's where they could have gotten. It was unbelievable who they could have gotten. There he is.
Look at that stash.
Mel Bridgman.
He was all right.
Yeah. Tough play. He was a tough guy.
Yeah.
Too. Mel. All right. That's going to do it. Time now to go back in the day.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
Feels a little cliche where we're going, but, you know, it's just obvious. I was eating some cheese curds yesterday, just thinking about eating up the Packers. And, you know, I had to find this image. I think it pretty much speaks for itself when you see it.
4th and 26?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fred X skying a little bit.
4th and 26.
It's a nice ball by 5.
It was. You know, they played a sticks defense.
Yeah, I forget the broadcaster. I'm so surprised that covers. They're playing a
Yeah,
cover.
I mean, like
cover 3 or whatever.
Yeah, it was a deep shell. Like,
Yeah.
why would you do that? That was just horrible.
So let's break their will again. We broke their will 4th and 26.
I love it.
Let's do it tonight.
I love it. I can say it. I love it. So what do you think? What do we got? What do you got, Bot?
I am going lower scoring game. I am taking the under. I'm going to say the Eagles 23, the Packers 20.
Yeah,
I do like the Eagles
where I'm
tonight.
at.
The health for the Pack. I think Zach Tom is if he doesn't play, Zach Tom's going to be a big loss for them. You heard them talk about
big
finesse
O-line,
O-line,
yes.
right? Like
Yeah.
he's one of their bigger offensive linemen. I am taking the Eagles tonight. I think that this is going to be a low scoring game. I like 23-20 Birds.
I like it. How about you, Ethan? What do we got?
17-10 Birds.
17-10. Slog.
Snooze.
What do you got?
I'm on the under 2, I guess. 24-17 Birds.
Yeah, I like it. I'm with Bot. I 23-20. I was at 24-20. I think 23-20. It's kind of have that vibe to it. I like it.
Yeah, I feel good.
Game day.
Let's go.
Let's go. Bring it home, everybody. Thanks, chat. Have a great day, everybody. We love you. Enjoy the game tonight. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
We all silly like the mayor.